We do love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Hey up, folks. Welcome back to Imagine Not Being Leeds. I am joined today by my bestie, Mr. Priestley. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. A little bit tired, but
Still
I'm
recovering
paying
from
for I'm
Monday
paying for
night.
the sins of the weekend.
Too
I
right, mate.
can
That week,
I can party like a rock star. I just can't recover like one.
weekend was something else, wasn't it, buddy? I'm not quite ready to let go of that moment at the minute, regardless of all of the new stories going around. I still want to hang on to that moment and saving it for all it's worth, because that was some day Monday, wasn't it, Paul?
Oh yeah, ridiculous. Because obviously the last time we got promoted was COVID, and I missed all the celebrations.
Yeah.
And I was making sure I wasn't missing this one.
No, too right, my mate, too right. Just want to give a little shout out. So the channel, as I've put memberships on today. I've had Sean Healy and Ming59's joined as well, become a new member. So thank you for that. There's a WhatsApp group for any members that do join. When you join, there's an option there. It shows my phone number. You send me a message, put you into Imagine Not Being Leeds WhatsApp group with Priestley, me, Adam, and Sean from Wilco Whites. So if you want to come and get involved in banter, yeah, just if you want to join, that's great. If you don't, absolutely fine too. But just thought I'd shout that out first. Let's see who's in the house. Danny, this live with Matty and Kevin Owens. Like Priestley just said, the Kevin Owens stuff isn't going away, pal. We should ramp it up even more.
Do you know, it's not even the worst thing I've been called today. So
Unreal. Gavin James, yeah, mate. Good evening, Matty. Let's put the Farker rumours aside and go and win this league. Massive 6 points incoming. Yeah, I mean, what we'll do is, Gavin, and this, we'll touch on that towards the end. You know, I'm led by the chat. I kind of want to touch on the game, and I want to touch on Monday. Like I say, I aren't really ready to park the bus on this feeling I've got right now. And a lot of content creators and a lot of stuff it's sort of been squashed a little bit now as Monday, or parked or put to the side, because now the whole Farker news has sort of taken over. And like I say, it sort of then turns into a negative conversation, which I'm sure we'll have tonight. But for the start, I just want to touch on Monday and talk about the game, to be honest. I think Farker will stay more than deserves to prove. Yeah, I'm saying, mate, I'll start that and we'll come back to that 100%, buddy. Wilco Weiss, evening all. I want 100 points and a league trophy now. Yeah, me too. Tez's in the house. Justin, you all right, buddy? Lee, evening all. Duncan, evening. Let's go for the league now. I'm loving that. That's what I want to hear. Rent pay, cheers, Lee. I can see the Kevin Owens all right. That's Richard Hogan. Hey up, buddy. Evening, Jay.
his surname's Hogan as well.
Yeah, it is. Yo, Matty Priestley and all. I hope Michael got some. You well. Evening, guys. The fucking news makes no sense. 2 games to go. Yeah, I'll start that as well, buddy. Richard Hogan, Priestley, get some fucking lights.
Light is not my friend.
Yeah, Lee, how's your lad, Matty? He was not well yesterday on your stream. Hope you are. Thanks for that, Lee. I'll be honest with you, mate. He's not well at all. He's really, really not well. I think it might be conjunctivitis. I'm not too sure. His eye is shocking. Been to the doctor yesterday, got some bits for it, but he really, really well, pal. Day off today, day off tomorrow. Yeah, not good at all, but thanks for asking, Lee. Appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. What's Priestley's positive slant on today's headlines? We will get into that too. We will get into that, don't you worry. Can't speak for the chat, but it's been a privilege to share this season with you. 10 p.m. chat slots, ups and downs, despair, therapy, and ultimate elation. You should be so proud of what you achieved. Wow, Duncan, I wasn't expecting that when I clicked on it, mate. Thank you. Yeah, thanks so much, buddy, for your support. Thanks for tuning in at 10 o'clock most nights to listen to this jellyhead waffle on. It's much appreciated. I put my heart and soul into this since it started 6 months ago. And
you are lucky you only get it at 10 o'clock every night. I get it all day.
All day, every day for the last 28 years, Priestley. But no, thanks for that, Duncan. It means a lot. Thank you. Surely somebody has asked the reporter where the rumours have come from. Heard Farker leaving to be the pup. Farker news for me is muck spreaders mixing it. Someone's already said we will be straight back down. Yeah, let's get into it anyway. Donate to Priest's Lecky Bills, yeah. That's what the memberships are for. Well said, Duncan says, Nige. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You want me to switch the lights on in this economy?
You don't want to see what happens when it turns lights on. You just don't want to. Let's just leave it like that. Anyways, guys. So yeah, Monday. Let's get back to it because all this talk today, we'll get into it soon. But Monday, what a performance! Like, I mean, I've sat Cop only twice this season, Priestley. I think I need to permanently sit in the Cop. 7-0 Cardiff, 6-0 Stoke. I think I found my spot, buddy. What an atmosphere! What a day! Just what a match to be there and watching. I mean, you know what it was for me, Priestley? we've seen so many times this season, yeah, we get a goal and want them to kick on because we know how good we are with ball. We know what we can do when we play like we did. But we sit a bit more reserved. We sit back sometimes. We allow them to come into it. This was one of them games, was it, Paul? This was one of them games where we just did not stop. We were relentless, mate.
Oh, put out a statement, didn't we, to Sheffield United? Like, no, what you're going to do is going to be good enough. You're not going to be able to catch us, so just don't even bother trying.
Mate, we swarmed them every time they got the ball. We absolutely swarmed them. They didn't have any time on the ball. We won the ball high up in their half every time. I mean, they were playing suicide football, to be fair. They were trying to pass out from back, and for me, they just didn't have players capable of bypassing our press. And I mean, Jadon Bogle was like a man possessed, mate. Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or.
I won't go that far, but yeah, we were very good.
I were class, mate. Pirro answered a few critics, pal. Just a few.
Yeah, we're obviously saving him up for that game, although his fourth one's a bit debatable. Not sure if that were Aronson's or not, but I don't really care.
No, it doesn't matter. Mate, to be fair, I've watched it a fair few times. It took a touch off the defender in the end, but the actual, it was going in anyway, wasn't it? But yeah, I mean, I thought Pirro, there's been a lot of talk for Bamford to start, pal. I think he needed that game, did Pirro? And I think it proved my point right of we needed him to start scoring. I mean, now ultimately it doesn't really matter, we're up, but we needed him to start scoring. So for him to start and finally get, break that duck, but not only just by one goal, getting 4 at 6 was just phenomenal for him, pal. And he's had the best season, you could have hoped for, really. I mean, we went up last time, didn't we? Paddy got 17. I think Pirro's already on 19 with 2 left. He should get that 20 goals, hopefully, which is what everybody wants.
Yeah, should win Golden Boot. Should win Golden Boot as well, which will be a testament to how well he's played.
Is it still Borja Sainz? Is it still Borja Sainz we were up against for that?
I think he's 2 ahead of him now.
Right, so he'd actually overtaken him, had he, before that game?
No, he overtook. I think we were 2 behind him before that game.
Oh, fair enough. But yeah, I mean, lineup-wise, how nice would you see Hannah Gray on the bench? How nice for that, though? As a fan, you get to get
it wasn't as nice as seeing him come on and actually get some minutes.
Mate, it was absolutely class. Like, that was cherry on top of cake for me. I thought the lineup was sound. I was a bit disappointed not to see Dan James there. I'm a bit like, maybe it's worse than we thought. But I think Nonto played really well. I thought Aronson did well. To be fair, I think if I were doing a rating show today, Priestley, it'd be hard to give anyone less than a 9 out of 10 for that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. You can't win 6-0 and start giving players bad ratings.
No, I mean,
even Darlow didn't really have much to do.
No, he didn't.
Still give him a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, he didn't have much to do at all, but defensively we weren't really tested. I think Rodon's been outstanding, one of the players of the season by far, but you all got COVID in your house, or what, lad? You all dying?
Yeah.
It sounds as bad as my house did before kids went to bed. Honestly, it's been an absolute shocker. But no,
to be fair, I'm still not well from last week, me.
No, I know, mate. I think we've all got a touch of it, to be fair. Statman Shaw, what's Pirro's G&A? I don't know if he's put it in there, and he got about 4 or 5 assists on top of that.
I think it's 19 and 6.
Is that what it is?
I think.
Nice.
Might be wrong.
Nice, is that? Puts him in at 24. Yeah, nice sound is that. But no, I mean, that game, mate, I mean, Stoke were Stoke bad? Or were we just brilliant? Or a bit of both?
Bit of both. I've actually seen tweets from Stoke fans before the game saying they felt like they could cause an upset. Yeah, maybe do Sheffield United a favour. And that lasted all of about 13 minutes.
No, it did. I mean, I watched a couple of their vlogs. They've got quite a lot of Stoke content creators, to be fair. Quite a lot. A lot of them got decent views. So I went and watched a few of theirs after the result, obviously. And pre-match, they were all talking about how Mark Robins has sort of transformed and they're looking forward to next season. They think they could cause an upset today and all this stuff before the game. And it just, from minute 2, when we put the ball in the net, it would game over. By minute 8, it was just relentless. I mean, I hadn't seen us play that well. You look at Cardiff, it was the same as that, but like a couple of times this season, we've really just been on it for 90 minutes. And I just wish we'd have done it more often this season. I don't know why we haven't, because we've got the capability to do that to anybody. And for how good we've been this season, I think we could have had a fair few more 5, 6, 7s this season, Paul, if we'd have just kept that foot on the gas.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely been a team owed a battering at some point this season. I thought again, we could have scored 4 or 5 against Preston. There's teams where we've scored 1 this season where we've had chance after chance. Portsmouth was one of them. On a different day, we could have had 4 or 5 against Portsmouth.
Yeah, 100%, mate, 100%. I'd seen a stat. You like listen to Stats Dalton, don't you? That we've this will be first time in it's history. If we don't lose another game, we've lost 4-1. Every game we've lost is by 1-0 or something like that.
It's the only time we've ever lost. We've never lost a game by more than a goal in the league.
I didn't realise that when I looked at them, all 4 have been 1-0 losses, haven't they?
Yeah, it's mad.
And let's be fair, I don't envisage us losing again anyway this season. I really don't. There's a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people want to talk about Farker. But yeah, I mean the day in general, mate, going away from the game, just the build up to it, the anticipation, the nerves for Monday were like I've not felt since Wembley. It felt that big, and obviously it was a promotion day in the end. We had 2 games had to go right and had to go perfect really for it to be the dream scenario. And oh my word, just from meeting you in pub beforehand, getting to game. Obviously we went to game with Garth Whites and then going to game and everything, the celebrations after it's got to be right up there. I know, Priestley, I know you were at Bristol Rovers game from League One. You were on the pitch. I know you've played at Wembley. You've watched a lot more Leeds games live than I have, but that's got to be right up there for a day. It's got to be up there. That Paul, that were incredible Monday. I've never seen it like it.
Mad. Honestly, that's one of the best days I've had supporting Leeds. Genuinely is.
I love that, mate.
Just like Leeds United from start to finish.
Leeds United.
Couldn't sleep Sunday night. I was up early, and I just thought, I even went out earlier than expected, just so I could.
You did.
Just so I could get out.
You did. Leeds United on the beers, mate. There's no better. There's no better. You know me. I haven't been a massive drinker, and then I've started going to football and casual pint slips in, and then all of a sudden I'm drinking all day with Leeds game, and I actually realised, mate, I can actually drink. I did all right. I wasn't too drunk. I did all right. I got home safe.
Yeah, you've got a big body to fill up though.
That's true, mate. That is true. That is very true. But no, I mean, absolutely class. Like I say, Wilk, I love the fireworks. The flares at the end. I mean, smelling pyros for days. I'm covered in blue. It took me ages to get blue off me. I'd have been older.
Stunk of it on Tuesday morning.
It was bad, mate. It was just everywhere, wasn't it? It was absolute carnage.
I must have scrubbed my hands half a dozen times. I still couldn't get the smell of it off.
It was unreal, mate. Although Pirro was back to his perilous best stroke.
Got a shower like someone was washing a Smurf.
I know, it was just blue running into it. Yeah, look at that, Jonathan Wright. Glad to hear £230 well spent on fireworks. Wow, Jonathan. Yeah, definitely enhanced the atmosphere, the fireworks and flares and everything. It was just perfect. I mean, we were a bit too far out. We were near Bremner statue, weren't we, to actually see the lads come out. But I've seen all footage back and watching lads come out on steps a bit like they did under Bielsa. Seeing Patrick Bamford come out and start the do. Wow, there is. Seeing him start that would just.
The Sheffield United fans are proper rattled by Bogle as well, by the way.
Have a trigger.
Yeah, because he was dancing to that song and he's proper rattled him.
Honestly, it's absolutely class, mate. I mean, Bamford now has gone from being someone I weren't asked for seeing a Leeds shirt to being, come on, give him a start on Monday.
What's Danny saying there? I'm the size of a Smurf. I'm going to headbutt him.
Appreciate you. You are, mate. You just need a bit more blue on you, mate. You'd have been right. Yeah, Bogle upset them, mate. Lee, Bogle not only upset them for that. For me, if I'm a Sheffield United fan watching Bogle this season, they tried laughing the first month of season, giving us a bit of stick saying he can't do this, he can't do that, because we were under a little bit of pressure with Bogle early on. Priestley didn't start the season on fire, but I tell you what an incredible right back at this level. Wow, he's been unreal.
A lot of people eating the words right now.
100%.
I'll be honest, he did struggle the first 3 or 4 games. He did really struggle with his defending. Getting forward wasn't a problem, but his defending, he struggled a little bit. And then just turned a corner and he's not looked back.
Nah, I mean, I've always said he's got a great connection with Dan James. But even when Nono comes in, he don't phase him. Whoever he plays with, he don't phase him at all. He's just, like you say, he has definitely improved defensively. I know we don't have as much defending to do. He's always up there attacking. I think he could play on wing, to be fair. He's that good going forward. But defensively, he's very solid too. When he gets asked to do his job in defence, I think he's 9 out of 10 nearly every week. His Bogle is, he's probably, I would say, you get the same, I think, sort of output from him and Firpo. It's like 2 identical players for me. Either side, they're very much on the same level. I do think Bogle's a better all-round player than Firpo. I don't know if you agree. I know it's different size, but I think Bogle, he'll transition to Premier League better than what Firpo did before, for me.
Oh, no, Firpo's the GOAT. I think we should give him a new contract.
I hope so. I hope they do. I think he might now. After watching celebrations, I'm like, after watching celebrations, Priestley, I was a little bit like, maybe.
Well, did you see what his wife put? She said, Premier League, here we come.
Yeah, why is she putting that? If she's not staying around? Yeah, not too right. Richard Hogan, any change for Stoke? I assume you mean any changes for Bristol. I would assume. And Bristol, I don't know. There's a title to go with now, isn't there, Priestley?
Yeah, just play it, kids. I don't really care.
Oh, don't start with that. That's a joke, isn't it? That's a joke. Come on. Tell me you're winding me up.
Maybe a little bit.
You can't honestly tell me you're not asked for title. You can't. Surely.
I mean, I am, but I'd have been happy with second.
Happy or would just accept?
I'd have been happy with second. Promotion was the goal.
Yeah, I know, but now, we banked it now. It's done. Pressured off. Go with title, lads. Good enough. Only got to win 2 games and you've won it. Bristol game. Changes. I don't know. They've had a decent rest and they've had a week. Dan James, for me, would always play fit.
Do you think Rockwell comes back in?
Maybe with a bit at home, you could take Gruev out. Maybe a couple coming in to freshen it up. But ultimately, you can't. Sometimes you'll say you can't change your winning side. You just beat someone 6-0. It's hard to change in it. But I'd always play Dan James if he's available. I think Gruev and Ampere will find in there. If I'm honest, I don't think it matters who starts out of that squad. I think we'll win anyway. I think we'll beat them anyway, quite comfortably as well. But yeah, I've already said, I'll see people messaging me today on Instagram and that saying Bamford to start now. We're up, and do you give him Harry Gray get minutes? I'm like, I don't know. There's still a title online. I seen someone say, let's play Cairns away at Plymouth.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Cairns, there's a title to be won. Like, there's no sentiment yet. We're not up yet. I mean, we aren't title winners yet. There's still something to play for. They've had luckily they've had a week between games.
I would love to see Cairns get an appearance though.
Yeah, it's not going to be done. I don't think it's not going to be done. Is it by last game? I don't think. I don't see Burnley losing on Monday. If they do, then it might already be guaranteed then for last day. But
I mean, I can't see them losing on Monday either because we play Saturday.
We play Monday. It's changed.
Who?
Leeds v Bristol. It's Monday, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm on about Burnley.
Burnley play Saturday.
Yeah, you said I can't see Burnley losing on Monday. I said no because they play Saturday.
You got me worried then, thinking Leeds got moved from Saturday though, didn't they? Monday.
Yeah.
What will be, lads. I've taken Leeds finishing second at the start of the season. Yeah, a lot of people had Shane, but I just don't see it. I think we'll win both games. I think we'll go up and out. There's no way does Farker and the lads want to finish second. They don't now. The guaranteed second they'll want first.
Farker might now.
Evening, Darren. Hope you're well. Bristol won't be easy, but I expect to win. Yeah, lads do. Lads will win that for me. Junior's wife just opened the negotiation with Bettis on the front foot, maybe. I don't know what that's about, buddy. Evening, Matt says, Chris, Michael, 100 points, 100 goals. That'd be nice. That would be nice. Yeah, I've just seen Ming just become a member, mate. Jack City sent me. Yeah, no, thanks so much, Ming. Really appreciate it, buddy. Love Jack City's content as well. Just he's on with Joe again tonight, and so much appreciated. I did shout you out at the beginning. Memberships in the description for anyone that wants to join. Ming, if you want to send me a message on WhatsApp, you can join us group. If you want daily banter with us lot, that's great. Yeah, thanks, Matty, Misprint. Yeah. I can't cope with this negativity, Priestley. Shocking. You're so negative, mate. If only you were blind faith happy clapper. Yeah. First.
Yeah.
If only.
Ultimately, I was proven right. So, what more do you want?
What were you proven right about? Let's get into this. What do you mean proven right?
After the Swansea game, I said we're still going up. We'll be fine, and we were. So,
I thought we're still going up.
Yeah, you also wanted to fight me in the car, so.
Oh, mate, I want to fight you all the time. I want to fight you. I want to kiss you. I want to cuddle you. and then I want to fight you again. It's one of them. It's just how we roll, mate. And boy, do we roll, especially after a few beers. Boy, do we roll. Just not uphill. But no, yeah, mate, after Swansea, I lost my head. And you always had faith. But I had faith would go up. We're pissed off. And I will vent it. And I will be pissed off. And I had right to be pissed off. 1 win in 6. Here he is, Mr. Lord Shea-Gorath. 1 loss in 6. So he put a spin on it like Priestley does. What's that, Gavin? Farker wants his championship more than anything now with the reports to prove a point. Yeah, 100%. No one's settling for second. Nobody. They'll be, proportionate fan base are happy going up, and that's fair enough. Ultimately, if we don't win title, I'm going to sit and cry about it. But the professional footballers, we're top at league. There's 2 games to go. Go win them and get title. It's a sweeter moment to go up as champions. Promotion sorted now. Let's win the title. Exactly, Lord. Exactly. Jamie says, I bet Matty gets a Premier League bounce with the subs, coke and strippers for Matty and Priestley this time next year. What do you reckon?
This time next year?
Coke and strippers?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know about the coke, mate, but be great to finish on a high with title. Yeah, it would, Michael, 100%. Who would you keep, says Richard, in our starting 11 next season? Come on, I'll let you go with this one, pal, because that's quite a lot.
That sounds like a conversation for another time.
But who'd be your actual starters? Who would be your starters?
So of the current squad,
yeah,
the ones I would keep Bogle, Rodon, Tanaka, Ampadu, James, and Solomon.
So they're your starters, yeah. They're your starters.
Not necessarily starters, but I'd keep Pirro as backup. I'd get Rothwell in as backup. Strauch. I'd even be tempted to give Darlow a contract as a number 2 as well.
Really? Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talk about that, but I think we get 2 keepers, me. I think Cairns will go on. I think Melier will go. I could see Darlow staying, but it would be back up 100%. Nobody remembers second place in the championship, says Gavin. It doesn't really matter who remembers anyone, though, does it really, Gavin? As long as we're up. But yeah, I think it's just sweeter for fans. I mean, it'll be easier to concede not winning the title to Burnley than it will Sheffield United. I mean, if it was Sheffield United here, I'd probably fight anybody that said they didn't want to win title. I'd be pissed off to max. I would definitely fight my mate Priestley if he said he were quite happy for Sheffield United to win league. If Burnley pippers, it probably isn't as bad. But for me, you've got to go win it. You've got to go win it. Professional footballers have won that title. Andy Rowe, when Rutter left Leeds, Priestley, I thought we'd lost more than just a player. His charisma shone through. I'm more than pleased with Ramazani's presence. I hope his football backs that up. And I know people have been saying, oh, he looks happy and all that. That's fair enough. But let's just talk about his celebrations, pal. He looks like the main joker of the group now, doesn't he, since Rutter left?
Who's that, sorry?
Ramazani. His celebrations, how good did he look, mate?
Oh, that was ridiculous, some of the stuff he was coming out with.
Oh, it was class. It was so funny, mate.
He was sharing videos of Thog Dad, which is bizarre.
Yeah, he was, mate. Thog Dad getting on a Leeds stream. But yeah, honestly, hilarious. What a character he seems around dressing room. Just needs more playing time for me. Hopefully we'll see a bit more of him in the next couple of games. But in terms of a personality, it looks like he's loving it. It looks like he's loving life. He ain't playing football, but it looks like his centre is the heartbeat of that dressing room by the looks of it.
Yeah, I mean, he looks really happy, doesn't he?
There's no way he's happy in playing games, pal. I'll always say that. But he's very happy with champagne's out. Yeah, I remember you wanting to fight your buddy in the car during that stream. Yes, Shane. This is him, mate. Jonathan, now I'm getting the title and glory of being immortalised outside Centenary Pavilion. Yeah, too right, buddy. What's this, Danny? What are you going to be like when we don't win many games next season, Mate? Well, you'll have to see, won't you? It isn't going to. Let's be fair, right? It isn't going to be as bad if we're losing to, your Cities. Your Scum will be a bad one, but your Cities, those top sides. I expect us to get beat more often than we win.
Did you just use the word scum and top side in the same sentence?
Other top sides, but scum, yeah, as well in that. Mate, you know what I mean. Any side in that top 10 we're going to struggle against, right?
What about teams that are currently 15th?
Nah, we'll beat them all. We'll finish 11th. But losing to Millwall this season, I couldn't handle it. couldn't handle losing to Millwall, can't handle losing to Portsmouth, cannot handle losing to sides at this level, even though I know you can't win every week. Premier League will be different. Your expectations are set a little bit lower out there. They naturally are, because you look at, I tell you what, Priestley, you look at that Premier League. You know, I don't watch much football outside Leeds because I just can't be arsed with it. You look at those mid to lower Premier League sides, there's some quality in those squads. Like, the gulf is massive. Everyone talks about the gulf, it is massive. Sides in 13th, 14th, 15th now have international players left, right, and centre, people who've won trophies at other clubs. It's a very difficult league to go up in, and very daunting, to be fair.
Yeah, I had a conversation earlier about the pull that we would have as a Premier League team for players. And you look at some of the players that these mid-table teams have got and how much money they've spent on them. And you think, that could be us, hopefully finishing higher than 15th. But as a Premier League team, our pull should be better than most, I would say. And that's not trying to be arrogant, but
no, I know. 100%.
I just think players might look at, do I want to go to Leeds, or do I want to go to Crystal Palace or Fulham? These are established Premier League teams. And I know that seems very arrogant, but I do think we will have bigger pull than most teams.
Yeah, I have to agree. For me, any side outside Europe, and I know there'll be some huge clubs not in Europe for having a poor season this year or whatever, but any side not currently playing in Europe when we're in that division, we're right up there, aren't we? We're right up there. 100% like.
Oh, sorry.
Anybody
on charge.
No, anybody who's not in Europe, we're the biggest side, I think. If you're not in Europe, if you're a Palace or any of these sides that are in Europe, and you've got Leeds United fishing around for players, fishing around for managers, whatever the scenario, outside your European club, I think we are the next most attractive proposition for any player or manager, I believe. Maybe I'm just being biased there, but
it's a bold statement. I'll give you that.
It is. It's probably a biased statement, and there'll be people, who aren't Leeds fans who would disagree with that. But for me, if you're a player, I know there's all that weather and quality of life or wherever. People prefer to be down near London. I don't know why. I don't get it. But like when you look at the size of a club and the fan base, if you're not playing for a European side, surely everybody else compared to Leeds is just not worth even entertaining for me. But that probably is me just thinking about Leeds United.
I've seen some outrageous lists of players we should go and buy. Now we're promoted, and some people just aren't living in reality.
Who have you seen?
Like Evan Ferguson.
Evan Ferguson?
Yeah, from Brighton.
Yeah.
They value him at about 80 million.
Never.
And it's
89.
We had the conversation earlier about James Trafford.
Yeah, no, I would love him.
I would, but I just don't think it's realistic.
I don't know, mate. Just because they've got promoted, surely, he'd rather play in the Premier League for Leeds than Burnley. I don't know. I think he goes to Newcastle and they probably get Pope, which will piss me off because I want Pope. Maybe I got my words tongue twisted here, but no, I think Scum are shy as well. Don't you worry about that. 6 points for us next year, that. Man City are the team they used to be. No, I know, mate, but if we get beat home and away against Man City, I'm not going to cry about it.
There will be next season because they're just going to throw money at it again.
Yeah, I won't cry about it like I have against Millwall, though. There's sides I can just about deal with getting beat by.
I'll tell you something, I bet you won't be tipping many 4-0 wins next season.
No, I probably won't, mate. Like Andrew says here, hopefully no 7s or 10s, mate. Yeah, I don't think there would be if we remain with Farker. I don't think there will be that many. I know we like to bomb forward with his fullbacks, and maybe we'll get exploited there. I don't know, but I feel like we're a lot more compact in middle of the pitch. You think when we were in Premier League last time, honestly, there were games where sides were just walking through our midfield, like there were gaps everywhere. Maybe they'll get him behind on flanks potentially. Maybe we'll have to. Maybe Farker, if he is still here, which he should be, maybe he'll have to tweak that way of playing. That he can't have his fullbacks playing so high because of the space left in behind. But I do think if that midfield, they do drop in and do that defensive work really well to sort of complement that. So I think under Farker, I don't think we'll leak as many goals, but obviously the recruitment's got to be right. If we went up there now with this side, we ain't going to be as good as we could be with 5-6 really quality acquisitions. That's one thing, 100%. I show one thing on Rama. I love the fact he had sunglasses on the whole time. Yeah, were they Ray-Ban stories or something similar? The record, does anyone know? To be fair, maybe he's got conjunctivitis like my son because it's going round apparently. So maybe that's why he had shades on. If I put my son in some Ray-Bans, he might be able to go to school tomorrow.
Have you tried getting on that conjunctivitis.com?
Where's this going?
Yeah, it's a site for sore eyes.
He's here all week. Bless him. How many London clubs? I don't know. Can't be asked counting them. All them clubs down south. Skip with the 49ers in charge.
6 London teams in Premier League.
Well, is that 6 away losses then guaranteed or what?
Fulham, Palace, Brentford, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs. Yeah,
worrying.
6.
Just put them on at dinner time as well and be done with us. Put them on at 12 o'clock in London and just be done with us. With the 49ers in charge for the first time, maybe in a while. I'm really looking forward to the summer window and what we can do. Yeah, I hope so.
49ers won't mess about. 49ers will already have 4 or 5 players ready to go.
100%. I'll tell you what, I'm not looking forward to the big gap in games and not having no matches to look forward to. It's going to be a nightmare not being able to talk about games. I mean, I'll still do content and stuff, but I don't want to force content either. I don't want to do stuff for the sake of it. So I'm a little bit nervy about the break. There'll be stuff to talk about, but not to the level it is now. But like, I'm intrigued and excited to see what business we do and what squad we build. Because what I will say, Priestley, 2 summer windows under the 49ers and under Farker, and they've had to build twice, haven't they? Let's be fair, they've had to build 2 squads capable of promotion. They got there or thereabouts last season, and they absolutely nailed it this season in terms of recruitment.
Also, a little side story that intrigues me is where Red Bull plays into it all.
In terms of what, Paul? What were you thinking?
With investment. Like, do we think they... I mean, I don't know much about the sponsorship deal, but do we think they give us a bigger sponsorship deal this season? Bring more money in that we can use?
Maybe. Hopefully. I mean, it's there for a reason. We've got them for a reason. I think going to Premier League and having Red Bull as your sponsor, as your partner, whatever it is, it's gonna enhance everything and take us to the next level. I think you're going to see a massive difference in Leeds United as a Premier League club under 49ers with everything we've got going on, Priestley, than what you did under the previous regime. You know what I mean? We thought everything were great before, but it would be Bielsa, the reason we were so good. It wasn't behind the scenes.
Yeah, I think, like you said, Bielsa at the forefront, behind the scenes were a mess. I think this could be the other way around now. I think it could be behind the scenes is going great, but the managerial situation is a mess.
In terms of what do you mean a mess? You mean this chat ongoing at the minute, or you mean
what's going on at the minute?
Well, let's get into it. Mate. How are you feeling about that today?
Sorry, my phone I keep trying to charge my phone up and it won't charge.
I know you've been a bit of a nightmare here, haven't you, Paul?
You know exactly how I feel about it. I just think it's daft.
Do you think there's credence to it?
I don't believe there's anything in it. I think it's just a story that's been put out there to try and ruffle some feathers.
But it's come from a fairly reliable source in terms of they get quite a lot right when it comes to Leeds United down at Mail. It seems to be the go-to for any information that potentially gets leaked out or Leeds want to get leaked out. It goes to Daily Mail now rather than like local-based journalists. So does that not bother you that it's come from the Mail? I mean, if it's an aggregate site, Mail, and if it's Team Talk or whatever shite you see online, it wouldn't have even been picked up by anybody today. They've just been brushed to the carpet. But the fact it's come from Mail, which once upon a time wasn't a good source, but it probably is now. And the club denied to talk about it. They just says they don't want to talk about it. No comments.
Yeah, I don't blame them for not commenting. They can't comment on every single story that comes out. Like someone said, they'd have to deny that we're signing Ryan Kent 3 times a season.
Yeah, true. But if you're if you're Farker, if that's you, would you not like your club just come out and say, yeah, he's not going anywhere and leave it at that? Or do you think it just will like that in football when it does it? I suppose it's just.
I think he's got more important things to focus on this week.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree. They've got to go with title now for me, but it's come up today, and I think the source is. I think it's reliable. I think there's something in it, but I don't even know if it's been leaked to this source or if it's just a conversation that a lot of people are thinking. Let's be fair, right? Farker has achieved the goal of promotion. Now, in my eyes, he should then be given new goals and new targets going forward, because when you get given an objective, in no matter what line of work you do a job well, you then go, right, what's next? And you get given the next projection and go hit those targets, which probably will be finished 17th, and then we'll assess again. He needs to be given that for me. But what I will say is there, and I don't want people to say, well, who, but is there better managers out than Daniel Farke? Yes. Are they available? I don't know. But they'll know. They'll know. They have people talking to people. Will they have a shortlist? Potentially. Will they have started looking a few weeks back when things were going dire? Potentially. But they'll know in the ether people who are doing well. They'll know of young football managers who are doing well with clubs. You see the Jose Mourinho link all the time. I've heard Cesc Fabregas mentioned because he's doing well at Como. There's loads of managers out there. Yeah, there's loads of managers out there, mate, who are big names, been there, done it. Maybe the too big. I've heard people say he's too big as Jose come to Leeds. I don't think he is. I think he'd come to Leeds if we offered it. But there's young, exciting managers out there doing well as well. But ultimately, as a fan, I want to see the manager I had back for 2 seasons, who's give us, mate, 2 brilliant seasons of football. We've barely lost the game. I want to see him given an opportunity to take the club forward. And I know you do too, don't you, mate? It's only fair for me, really. I think I don't see any other way around it, really.
I mean, a big name doesn't guarantee success. Look at Birmingham last season.
True.
Sacked Eustace to get Rooney in.
No, very true. Very true.
Maybe try that one.
What's that? Yeah, well, the Mail, mate. Yeah, the Mail. I trust anything coming from the Mail. I actually trust. I really do. Maybe the club have leaked it to test the water. I've seen this today, Skip. What you think of that, Priestley? That this definitely happens. The club put a story out there to see how the fans react to it, to then decide whether to move on that to action that story. So I honestly, Skip, I believe that's a potential reason they've done it. You know, it could well be.
It's working.
I saw one that said it's sort of a retaliation for what Fark said in the celebrations on Monday about wanting to spend in January, but told he wasn't allowed.
Yeah, maybe actually, maybe.
So they've put this story out just to say, watch yourself.
It's not, mate. It's not a bad thing. I was talking to Adam, obviously from Late Leeds the other day. Well, yesterday we were saying, like, for me, that some of the stuff he said in that, like post-match celebrations, whatever it was, what he said, I thought in that interview were a little bit, like, just shut up talking a little bit. Like, he said some stuff there, and if I were one of 49ers, it were going to ruffle my feathers a little bit. So now you've said that, it's not a bad way of looking at it, really, because I think he said a little bit too much. I don't know what other people think, but I did think he went a little bit too much. But yeah, Lee, piss poor timing. We're up, but there's still championship to go for. So, I mean, I don't think it's ideal whether it's been leaked on purpose or it's got out there or if it's just a made-up story. It just hinders us, really. And, with Leeds United, we get these stories all the time. If it's not bloody Rangers, we're going to take over Rangers. And
just
all these
hold
stories.
That thought. Give me 1 minute. Let me go grab a charger from upstairs because my battery's going to die.
It's been a nightmare guest today, hasn't it? Been a nightmare. Go on, go. Nightmare. He should get a chance since he's got us here. No, kid, I agree. But I don't think he's guaranteed to still be here come the end of the season. And when you think of it with that hat on, if you don't believe he's gonna, because I don't believe 100% he'll still be there come game 38. I 100% don't think it. It could be. It could be. I'm 50-50 on whether they'll last the season. If they're 50-50, but they're 100% convinced in another manager that we maybe don't even know, or someone we don't know is available, but they do. Could they pull plug? Yeah, they could. They could. It just seems a bizarre situation for it to happen, but it wouldn't surprise me. I wouldn't be shocked. And what I'll say is I trust the 49ers because they've got everything right for me. There might be some you guys remember or know that I don't, but for me, pretty much since they've come in, I know they were here as partners with the old regime, and there were a lot of stuff going wrong there, and they were they'll have signed off potential in the JK or whatever. There'll have been loads of bits they'll have been involved in. Since I've had sole 100% control of Leeds United in the last 2 years, I think they've been bob on. I really do. And if they sack Farker and go with someone else, I'll be behind it. If they tell me Farker's the man, I'll get behind it. Wilder's behind this year. No, mate, 100% it doesn't. Easy teasy. Club has definitely leaked it to gauge fans' reaction. They will be judging Farker on these 2 seasons and his squad utilisation and decision about Melee for so long. Bad time with 2 games to go. Yeah, really bad timing. But everything you've said there are the things I think the 49ers will be thinking of. They'll be looking at the Melee situation, thinking he left that too late. Some people say he got it bob on. He got it perfectly because he took him at the right time and we improved and we got over the line, haven't we? But we all know if he'd done it, 3 months prior, we might have been safe a month or so ago with the amount of points difference we could have potentially had. Nobody allows for Darlow to making an odd mistake that might have cost us a couple of points along the way or a couple of goals. But you'd like to think, the points we lost through Melier, there wouldn't have been many lost if we'd have had Darlow in there. So these are the points. The utilisation of the squad, I think, has been poor. The Melier backing has been poor. It's definitely got some flaws, but so has everybody. And the grass isn't always greener. That's something I've got to remember. Evening, guys. Hey up, David. Hope you're well, mate. Hope everyone's still on a high anyway. You have. Are we on charge now? Are we all right?
Yeah. I have to go get a power bank from upstairs. I don't know why the charger I was using wasn't working, but
this is just proof that if you plugged in a power bank now, or you plugged into the wall?
Bit of both.
Well, good, because it just shows you've actually got electricity. That's all. Because people have been wondering if you plugged into the wall. There you go, guys. He's got electricity.
Wait, I can switch the light on if you want, but it won't be pretty.
No, but no one on. We are going to get 4 out of the top 6 now. First, I thought this, Andy. It's looking at next season, Priestley.
There you go. Look.
Hey, go on. That hamster's sweating right now, isn't it? Come on, give it a break.
I found 50p down back at sofa.
Yeah, those first 4 fixtures, first 5-6 fixtures next season, I hope they're kind to us, Priestley, because if we have got Fark in charge, or whoever's in charge, it should be Fark, obviously. It'd be awful, wouldn't it, to have a run of fixtures, a bit like Bielsa had that, that last month when he got sacked, that were just poor. You want to start the season off the bag. You want a couple of easy ones in there.
I would just like to say I'm not against sacking Fark next season if it's not going well.
Yeah.
Like 12, 13 games in, if we're struggling, then a decision will have to be made. But not allowing him the chance to lead us in the Premier League, I think, for me, would be a mistake. Yeah. Because it'd impact the players as well who have got us there and who are part of his system.
Yeah, no, I get that. I just think when you look at the numbers, everyone goes on about the numbers this season, the amount of goals we've scored, the records we've set, that's brilliant. Everyone goes on about that. The data's staring you in the face. I've heard people say. Problem is, all that data, all those spreadsheets of all these figures everyone are talking about, that's at this level. Next season is not at this level. And then what you look at is what's on at Norwich, and I hate that. I won't listen to anybody. For me, I don't know Sean Wilco Weiss. I spoke to him a few days, and we'll talk about late night Leeds on Friday. He said, I think that he's been in charge for like 49 games and only picked up 20, 23, 24 points in those games. I aren't too bothered on that because what is he supposed to do with the Norwich side? And regardless of money you spent, it's Norwich. The ceiling's so low. You ain't going to push too far up a Premier League table as a Norwich team. But what I will say is what I've seen this season, the little bits that are negative this season, which are only little bits, only little pockets of time, not been much negative this season. But you go up a level to Premier League, and I think they get enhanced. And I think all the little bits that are bothering me about Farker, like overnight become a huge problem. Utilisation of squad. He only really plays more than 2 subs in a game that we're winning by 2 or 3 goals. In the Premier League, the games we win, we ain't going to be blowing teams away, like you said, 3 and 4. So are we going to see a squad with your main 11 with only 2 or 3 of these squad players getting played? I think so, because the game's going to be too tight. Unless we're getting blown away and he decides to throw our kids on because we're 4-0 down, which we hope isn't the case. There's loads of little areas where I aren't sure in the Premier League he'll be able to adapt and change to go along with the golfing quality that we're going to face. But ultimately, I want to see him. I want to see if he can prove me wrong. I want to see him do it. And like I say, meritocracy, he's got to get given a chance. Otherwise, you lose faith in your own, don't you? As a fan, you'd be like, well, when's anything ever good enough? What are we supposed to do? You know, you reach your goal, you do well, and then you get sacked. So I think it sends out a poor message for your fans. Some people will say it shows a strong message and a ruthlessness that you need going forward. But I think we can give Farker the chance, and then after that, if it needs to be ruthless, if it needs to be tweaked, he can do that.
I think there's going to be more pressure on it this season or next season because of the performance of the promoted teams in the last 2 seasons, where they've come straight back down.
Yeah.
And people are saying the gap's getting wider. It's going to be harder for the promoted teams to keep up with even the mid-table teams because of the money involved. But I don't think that'll be a problem because we've got proper owners now. I think we should just go balls to the wall and do a Forest and take the points deduction season after.
Is that what you think? Just go for it.
Genuinely.
I won't do that. Yeah, you've said that to me a few times.
Forest did. Stay up and now look at them.
Yeah, no, I know. We know he won't do that, but yeah, you've said that to me numerous times, and you just like I say, balls to the wall and spend. But they won't. I think they'll spend, but they won't mess with PSR or whatever it is. But easy teasy. They'll have an end of season meeting, going about Farker's decision making and his comments in the presser, etc. If they decide to boot him, they need to make sure they get the selection right. Yeah, it's just a huge call. Whether they stick with him or not, it's a massive, massive call. They need to nail it. And I will back whatever they decide. I really will. But if I'm honest, I think some of the stuff he's done this season will be massively highlighted in these meetings. As fans, you see, Priestley, especially if we go win these next 2. I mean, you're not bothered if we win them or not. We're up now, but the end of this season now, it could even end up better, couldn't it? You know, if we win the next 2, like I say, it will mask, I think, a lot of people. You saw where I was only 3 weeks ago. If this would have continued, I probably would have been Fark out now by this point. If we were 3rd now, I probably would be saying Fark out because I was starting to lose faith in him. We've turned it round great. It will mask and fog over a lot of the deficiencies in his management style for me. The 49ers won't be glossed over by this. They won't be glossed over by promotion when it comes to Farker. Any of the bad points they're seeing, they won't be like us getting pissed up in car park, absolutely loving it. Like Monday night, I'd have tucked him in bed with our lass. I'd have tucked him in. I wouldn't give a shit. Loved him. But they won't be asked like that. The professional, it's a massive organisation, multi-billions of pounds at stake, a stadium development at stake. They will be ruthless if they don't believe in him. And if they're sacking Priestley, as long as they back whoever they bring in, then it's fair cop, innit?
Yeah, I mean, they need to back the manager either way. I think I saw someone say, "Oh, they'll have to spend more than Ipswich did last season. They spent £104 million, I think."
Yeah.
But they bought most of the Championship players. I mean, even today I've seen as linked with Decore from Everton.
Yeah. What do you think?
And it's like there's 2 Czech rumours as well. I wouldn't be against these players because they've got Premier League experience, but so does Jack Harrison.
Yeah, no, I know. We are going to be linked with some players like that, and I think you do need some of them in your squad. But I mean, how old's Decore now?
I think there'll be plenty of outgoings as well that we'll get money for.
I haven't really thought about it, but someone put it on my stream the other day, and I think it was last night and yesterday, fruit day, and there were about 11 players he reeled off, and I was going through and thinking, yeah, you're probably right with that, but I'd never thought about totting them up to that sort of that number, which sounds wild. But if we lose in between 7 and 10 players, we're already on a small squad size already. If we lose 7, 8, 9, does that mean we need to bring in 12, 13? It's a bit of a madness. I didn't think outgoings would be as drastic, but you're probably right. I
mean, one of the outgoings is Christiansen already. I would imagine Harrison will go, Melier, Verber, maybe even Aronson. And then you've got probably JB, Gelhart, Greenwood.
Yeah, a lot of reserve
They'll probably all go.
players and loan players, yeah, which we won't miss really. But yeah, it'll be a big number going out potentially. I never saw it like that. But yeah, David, he did say that. He said he was jealous of the Blades and Burnley. They increased their squad in January and he had to make do with the bare bones. They keep quiet and say nothing. The thing is, I know that's untrue.
That was more down
I know
to
that's untrue. I know that's untrue.
That was more down to the financial regulations, though, not the owners saying you can't have any money to spend.
But I know that wasn't true, though. I know he got offered some players. He did get offered a couple of players. He turned back. We could have had Adam Armstrong. People say it didn't matter. It didn't matter. We didn't need him and ended with whatever. But he did have players. But obviously, if he didn't like the players, he turned around. Maybe the players he wanted, he weren't able to get. Maybe they said no to them. Well, that's fair enough.
You know my feeling on January signings anyway.
No, I do, mate.
If you're going to sign a player, they need to come in and improve us. And I don't think there was any players available that would have improved us.
Maybe not. Maybe not, mate. We'll never know. It doesn't matter now, does it? Angela buzzing over us going up, but we'll be sad to not have as many matches next season. There's nothing like... Yeah, you know what it is, Angela? I'm the same. I was saying on Monday, you know, like when you get lucky enough, obviously when you go to the home games, when you get lucky enough where you've got 2 home games back to back and it's a Saturday and a Tuesday and you get to go to Welling Road twice in 3 days, it's special, isn't it? And I don't think we'll get that now. I mean, people said, we'll move games with Sky and stuff. We're still not going to, like you say, we're already, what, 8 games down on what we'd have anyway, 4 home games less. And yeah, we're not going to have 2 games at Ellen Road in a week, I wouldn't say, unless we've got a cup game in there, which then everyone will tell me, it don't matter about cup. I don't want to win tonight because I want to stay in Premier League. And I'll be saying, piss off to them guys as well, just like can't beat Millwall, doesn't matter.
No, we're back to Millwall again, aren't we?
Yeah, they'll always be there, mate. I can't stand them. But that'll be it next season. But we're not allowed to win any cup games because we can't win it.
Next season,
Speaking
of next season, I still need to renew my season ticket.
You do, mate. You do. Or,
I've not done it yet.
Shocking. 49ers been here since Rads and won't want another relegation like before. They'll be ruthless and hopefully make the right decision in its replacement. On about a lesser known manager, Fabregas a shout. Yeah, I've seen Fabregas mentioned. Your eyes rolled about that, Priestley. I've seen him mentioned. Apparently, he's really good, adapts out of possession, really good management style, really good in possession manager. Apparently, he's doing really well at Como. He's highly thought of in the game.
I can't say I've seen much of him.
I've not. I've just heard takes today. Wayne says for Farker gets in the playoffs finals last year, gets promoted this year. After losing our top 3 players, the thought of sacking Farker will be ludicrous at this time. You know what it is? Everything you've said there is right, and I agree. But that's in the past now. Do you know what I mean? And I agree, and I'm a fan, and I've loved it. I've loved these last 2 seasons. But that's in the past now. That has no bearing, Wayne, on a Premier League season. That's where everyone's forget. That has no bearing when we kick off on our first game in August. No bearing at all. So do they believe he can transfer even a little bit of this success we've had in Championship to Premier League? If they do, back in and win money, then yeah, obviously he deserves a go. Give him the chance. But that has no bearing on Premier League football, Wayne. That's what people have got. You've got to detach yourself. I said this to you earlier, Priestley. You've got to detach yourself from what we've just done. It's hard. And look at next season's a Premier League season. Do they think Farke? You might win, and that's fine. I think he's good enough to cement a play, not get relegated. I do. I think under Farke doesn't mean we'll get relegated. We can stay up with Farke. I do, so I'd give him a go. If I thought 100% we're going down, then I'd say change manager. They may think that. They may look at Farke and go, yeah, he's done this, and this, but look what he did at Norwich or whatever, or look at what he's done this season. I don't agree with it. I don't like it. I don't think he'll adapt in Premier League. If they think that, they'll sack him because it's all their money on the line. For us, it's just our emotions, and some of us are invested in him.
The one main criticism I've got of Farke for this season, and this might shock you a little bit, is I think he stuck with Melier too long.
What, is that your biggest criticism of him?
Yeah. I mean, take out the 70-minute subs and everything. And I know he don't like to make subs before that unless there's injuries, etc. But I do think he should have dropped Melier a lot sooner than he did.
Yeah, no, I know. And like I say, I know you're a Farke fan. I know you like to live life.
That comment there from Lord Shoegaard, yep, agree 100% with that.
But I agree with that. You shouldn't. you shouldn't compare. I know. Thing is, I don't think you can take what we've learned these last 2 seasons up to Premier League because it's a different level. That is the same level what I did at Premier League with Norwich, but I don't think you can compare with that because it's totally different side, totally different expectations. The side we have and will have in the Premier League will be better than Norwich. But for me, anyone who compares it to Norwich and says he will be a failure because of that, I agree. I'm not going to say they're idiots, mate, but I agree that they're looking at it all wrong for me because it's incomparable. Leeds United will be a lot stronger than what Norwich were. We will spend more money. It's a totally different institution than what they had. It's chalk and cheese. But I also believe that what we've seen for the last 2 years at Championship probably won't transfer well to Premier League. That's how I see it. Yeah, they did. They did, Lee. Bang on. Bang on. I agree with that, mate. I don't think you can compare that at all. Andrew, yeah, you can't stick with 70-minute subs in Prem. You can't. It'll kill us. All the traits that piss me off about Farke will amplify in the Premier League, and that'll be his downfall. People say you shouldn't have to change plan A and do plan A better and all that. I think you're stupid to think that in Premier League. I do. I think you're stupid to think that in Premier League. He went up with Norwich, mate, and he had a way of playing. He stuck to his guns, a bit like Dickhead did at Southampton, and look what happened to him. You've got to adapt in Premier League. It's all like thinking you've got the best style of football. When you haven't got the players to do it, or a lower quality of player, sometimes that style ain't good enough, mate. And yeah, I don't know. But I want him to have a go. Look at that.
I've got a question about transfer business.
Shoot.
Fucking Blair Witch. Shite film. I forgot what it said. Who would your first signing be? Or what position?
Oh, mate, I hear this all the time. And goalkeeper at 9 for me. They're the two. But goalkeeper's been the biggest points loss of the season. So you have to be a goalkeeper for me.
Yeah,
have to be. It's the biggest one.
Having said that, if the opportunity arose, I would just pay Spurs whatever they want for Solomon.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen someone say 25 million. I think 25 is massive for a player that has a lot of injuries. Nah, it's not my money, I say.
We won't pay more than 15 for Solomon.
I mean, if you're talking 50, if you're talking south for 20, mate, I'd take it, yeah, 100%. If you're talking north for 20, I'd be like, nah, it's too much. But I think, yeah, 15, 20 million, I would take a gamble on his fitness because I think when he's fit, yeah, the level will be harder in Premier League, but I think we knew he was a Premier League player. Anyway, we've seen him do it in Premier League now, we've seen him do it again now in Championship, and I think his body's back. I think he trusts his body again now. Oh, sorry. The United Kingdom. Hey, up, buddy. Are you going to the parade on the 5th of May, pal? Yes, I am, pal. 100%. I'm actually I won't be out on drink all day, though, because I'm actually going to bring Theo to that, buddy. I want Theo to, hopefully our Jack will come too, but I want our Theo to be able to look back and remember that. Looking back and at his childhood, he turns 6 in a few weeks, so he'll be old enough to remember it. So yeah, I won't be on the drink, but yeah, me and my lad, I'm sure you'll be there, Priestley, too, won't you?
Yeah, I can still remember the one in '92.
Really? Who did you go with?
My uncle had to take me.
Oh, did he?
My uncle could go because obviously my sister were born a couple of months later, so.
Oh, right, okay. Well, and your mum wouldn't have gone anyway, was she? Because who's she follow? Priestley, who's your mum follow?
Liverpool.
She's a big Liverpool fan, isn't she? Big Liverpool. I love Julie. Big, me Julie. But yeah, she's
my brother's a Spurs fan.
My brother's a Chelsea fan. It's awful, isn't it? Awful.
Yeah.
What is with that? Has your guys ever been to a Tottenham game?
Yeah.
How many?
At Ellen Road.
Nightmare, mate. What they're doing, what they're playing at. Shocking. Easy teasy. Whoever's in charge, they need to adapt in the Premier League. Farke can't just have a plan A. Hope it works. And if doesn't, throw on 4 or 5. Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. He needs to evolve as a manager, doesn't he? And it's not going to wash in Premier League. We'll just get eaten up and spat back out. And that's the worry. And that's why I keep saying, as shocking as it sounds to envisage sacking a manager that's got promoted, that's why I don't think it's as shocking as people think. I don't want him to. I want him to stick with him.
I will say this, though. That first match day squad in the Premier League, if Bamford is anywhere near it, then he wants sacking.
Yeah. Manager is great, and players, boards, execs, investors, just so much trouble sometimes just in it for the money. Problem is, that's the way it is, isn't it? Everyone's in it for money. But on the other hand, to make money, they've got to be successful. So it's hand in hand in it. But yeah, 100%, mate. Sometimes I just wish football were just like it used to be back in home.
They're an investment group. Ultimately, that's all they're here for, to try and make some money and then sell us to Red Bull.
Yeah, no, I know. 100%. He spent 9 million at Norwich to stay in the Prem. No wonder he failed. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Decorne from Everton will be a free transfer. You got to take a few of them, aren't they, if they come along, I suppose. You can't go wrong with that.
Who was that one the other night? Tarkovsky.
Yeah, Tarkovsky. Yeah. Honestly, he's not for me. Everyone raves about him, but he's never got it, me. I'm kind of pissed about all this. It's a kick in the teeth to the guy who took the stress and flack and got the job. Yeah, you know what it is, David? The time is just all wrong in it. Like, it's gone from, I mean, late night Leeds on Friday, yeah, we are bringing a promotion party. Late night Leeds, this will get brought up, I'm sure it will. Adam and Sean have got great takes on it. You know, they can talk for England like I can, but like, we really just want to dial it in on late night Leeds on Friday and let's just remember where we've been. Let's remember where we are right now. And it's come in 2 days after promotion, and you're just thinking, fucking, all of a sudden, it sounds negative because now we're talking about
this
sackings.
Came at the end of May. This came at the end of May.
Yeah,
that wouldn't be
exactly.
too bad. But 2 days after we've been promoted,
it's mad, innit?
Just seems a bit mad.
It's just sort of stopped all the celebrations and momentum. You know, it's sort of just like, yeah, well, now we're talking about something negative.
Do you reckon it's someone from Burnley that's planted stories to try and throw us off at next 2 games?
Maybe, mate, maybe. Hearing we also need to sell players as well as adding them come pre-season, as PSR is going to be based on this season's statistics and strict financial resolutions involved in this league. Honestly, mate.
Yeah, because PSR is a 3-year cycle.
Right.
So our first 2 years were in the Championship, where it's a lot stricter, which I think is a stupid rule. So basically, I think it's something like 36 million a season in the Premier League, where it's 8 in the Championship.
Really?
So we've got a lot less money to play with. But the stadium expansion won't affect it because it's exempt.
Right, okay.
Speaking of, did you see the news today about the agreed Leeds Council?
Yeah, I'd seen it, mate, yeah. How do you feel?
Have you seen the plans?
No, I haven't seen it. I've just heard about it. At least someone messaged me about it.
So they're buying up the space behind the Cop and the West Stand.
Yep.
To develop.
Yep.
But then they're also buying lots of land around it.
Brilliant.
So the car park next to the McDonald's, the car park next to the Peacock, and I think most of the land in and around the tunnel, Lowfields Road.
Sound. It's going to be class when it's all done. It's just going to transform.
It is going to be immense.
It is. I just hope. Really I hope we keep the hostile atmosphere that we all love at Ellen Road. Let's hope it keeps it old.
I've heard what they're doing as well is so they don't have to close any stands. Is they're going to move all the fans down and build on top of it, and then move them up.
Yeah, that's how they do it.
I can't remember exactly what it was I read, but it made sense at the time.
Yeah, I did some work on Anfield, and the company I worked for did Fulham's ground as well, and it's how they do it. They build up behind it and over the top, and then you end up where you don't have to lose any capacity for the season, which is a great way of doing it. Previous years gone by, you had to knock a stand down and have it be a stand down, didn't you? Which was shocking financially. But yeah, David, all of the questions, Priestley, do we give Firpo a year's contract? I would like to, but I don't think he signs a year's contract, if I'm honest. Do we sell Brendan Aronson and Byram? Byram would leave on a free, but I'd give him a contract. Brendan stays for me as a bench player, and Rothwell would be permanent if you were asking me, Paul. What about you, mate? Quick fire.
Yeah, I'd give Firpo a contract, but I'm the same. I don't think he'll stay. I think he's off back to Spain.
Yeah.
As much as I'd love him to stay, I think he's become a bit of a cult hero after his difficult start. And to be fair, he stayed when a lot of players pissed off after we got relegated. Aronson, I probably would sell, to be fair, if we could get the right money. Yeah. Byram, I'd keep for the homegrown, and Rothwell, if the price is right. I've heard they want about 7 million for him, which is I won't mind.
He's right. I think that price.
Yeah.
Brendan Emerson, by the way, I would sell. I just don't think we'd get enough money for him. I don't know. Has he done enough this season to warrant an all right price tag Leeds would be happy with? Maybe he has. I'm not too sure. I think he stays.
There's always European teams out there that'll buy him.
Maybe. You know what I don't want to do though, mate. I hope when we talk about being ruthless, I hope they're ruthless. What I don't want to see for Leeds is, and I know it goes against your books and all that, I don't want to see none of this loan to buy shit. Like, I don't mind if we do it for another. We've seen that much in the last few years. If somebody wants Aronson and he's valued at 10, 15, whatever it is, come and buy him. I don't want none of this loan. We'll buy him at the end of the year and then it turn out he's had a poor season. Now it won't bother. None of that shit. You want to play it, just buy him.
It's happened with Christensen. They had an obligation to buy.
Yeah.
For about, I think it was something like 13 million, and they've bartered it down to 8 million. Even though he's had a relatively good season over there.
Yeah. But it still looked a decent price. I mean, Leeds fans go, sound 8 million for Christensen. But yeah, you're right. They got not 5 million off, haven't they? It does me head in. Why is everyone saying we get relegated next season when we don't even know the team? Yeah, it's fair. You know why, David? Because the stats back up that we're more than likely the 3 teams that go and come back down based on the fact the last 2 seasons it's happened.
Here's a stat for you. Do you know it's actually more common for all 3 teams to stay up than it is for them all to go straight back down?
What based on an average over 20 years? So probably is.
All 3 teams going up and then getting relegated has happened 3 times. But all 3 Premier League, all 3 Championship teams getting promoted and staying in the division has happened 4 times. So these last 2 seasons have just been an anomaly.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it, Priestley? People always have short memories, so they look at it and go, "Yeah, it's happened the last 2 seasons, so it's going to happen a 3rd time." Not necessarily look a little bit further than that. You've had Villa go up, and now they're playing in Champions League. That was only a short while ago. You've got Forest only went up a short while ago, and now they're in 3rd. Like all of a sudden, they're not looking at that. They're just basing it on last 3 years because it fits their narrative of Leeds United, pipe down. We don't like you having a bit of fun at the minute. We don't like you enjoying yourself. Pipe down, dickhead. You'll be down again next season. Well, piss off based on what? Based on 2 seasons in a row? Give over. And I don't like any of that chat. So you are right, mate, in what you're saying. 100%. David Oliver, yeah. Farker did miracles losing Somerville and Core, yeah, Graham. Yeah, he did. He's done really well. With the 49ers or Red Bull really trust him with a big budget, and do they think he attract better players? That's something I've been thinking today, about the players he attracts. Does it matter about who he attracts? Is it Leeds United that is the attraction anyway? Does it matter about Farker? Is he even picking the players? Is it a scouting pool? Do the other club going to win with players? Is it Farker picking the players? We don't know. We all speculate, don't we? But do you think it needs to be a decent manager to bring the players in, or does Leeds United speak for itself? Do the club provide the players? Do you know what I mean?
I think it's a bit of both. I mean, yeah, like I've said before, the pull of Leeds United in the Premier League will be top draw. But at the same time, you're going to need players that know they're going to fit into the system and are going to play, where they're going to play, how they're going to play. And they're not just coming to sit on the bench. And do they trust Farker to make the right decisions based on what they've seen this season? Yeah. Like with Ramazani and Schmidt.
They're the bits that have irked me this season. They're the bits that I've had me thinking this season as well. Andy Rowe, Matty question. If your mate said Leeds, you're quizzing me. Have you been taking notes, you? If your mate said Leeds 53,000 seater plans were set in stone in the Leeds vaults, why today are they 56,000 seater? There's a 3,000 mate. That's probably me waffling shite. My mate, who does work there, Matty, he has sat in the meetings. When it comes to the actual number, that might have just been me waffling on, mate. He might have told me 53, I said 56 or vice versa. But yeah, he's been in the meetings. People I work for, my gaffers, are sort of sat in these meetings too. And we'll be doing work, whether it's me personally, I hope it is. We'll be doing some work down there as a company. I hope it's me. But I worked in Anfield. Hopefully I get Ellen Road personally. But yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, he knows the insides and what's going on there. He's got all he's quoted his job when it comes to all the TV cabling, the data cabling, the Wi-Fi's, the CCTVs and bits like that. We're involved in at least tendering for those jobs. Whether they get every single job, it depends, I suppose, on the costings. What's that? You all right? Earth to Priestley.
There's a signal dropped.
Is that him or me?
It's not me.
It's not you,
I'm all right, I think. I think it's you. Ground control to Major Tom. Boom. Commencing Priestley looks like he's gone. Check your Wi-Fi and may God's love be with you. This isn't a good look, mate. This isn't a good look. Let's move on. Agree, Priestley. Farker should have dropped Mellier after Hull. That doesn't reflect well on his management style. Yeah, I agree, mate. The United Kingdom. Hit the like button. Best Leeds channel about is mighty decent. Watch straight to the point, like and subscribe. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated. I disagree with you, but thank you for thinking that. Much appreciated, buddy. Thank you. Leeds don't do FA Cup games. No, we don't. We don't. Yeah, Lord. We get Ryan Kent and Che Adams first, honestly. Mate, there'll be rumours out there. There'll be rumours. Hopefully it's not Daily Mail talking about it. People are judging Farker for his past in the Premiership with Norwich. Now Farker's with Leeds and got a better team foundation. I think Farker will do much better. I agree, mate. I agree. Are you back?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I thought it was you, but it turned out to be me.
Yeah, you went all pixelated, mate. Ren, hey up, mate. How you doing, Alex? Hope you well, buddy. I was hoping to go, but I'm on holiday. Very disappointing. Oh, nightmare, mate. Nightmare missing that.
Never book holidays during season.
I know. Lord Bamford has to be gone soon as the window opens. Are you sure, mate? There'll be a lot of people say different now. But yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. The time has come. That's my worry. Lee says that's my worry. Tourist fans, ticket prices going up. To the proper Leeds fans miss out. Yeah, it's a worry. You know, they're up in capacity. We've got 20 odd thousand on waiting list. I think I'm something like 24,000, which is good.
Yeah, but football's the business at the end of the day. So if they can get more money doing that, that's what they're going to do. It's like
I know.
Hospitality.
Yep.
A few thousand of those will be hospitality, and do you know what? I'm all right with that. Someone said it's going to look like Spurs Stadium where you don't have to queue to get a pint. Like, yeah, sounds good to me.
I would. Do we try for Buendia again, Farker?
No.
I don't. I wouldn't have said so, Sean, mate. Priestley, do you want to sell your season ticket?
No.
Yeah, man. Class. Are you sure, mate?
I haven't even bought it yet.
Exactly. You don't look arsed to me. You don't look arsed, does he, Michael? You don't look that bothered.
Oh, I am arsed.
You don't want it. You don't want it.
I wanted to see what division we were going to be in first.
You're not arsed, mate. You're an arse. You know. No one's mentioned Winston's tonight. We're doing well. Just ordered a new TV to watch the Championship next season, but just realised it's came with no Leeds. We are in the Premier League. Get up. We're here. Go on, mate. Unite. You unite the Leeds in laughter. Good lads.
I'll tell you what I've enjoyed as well over these last 2 or 3 days is all the receipts on Twitter for Leicester, Ipswich and Southampton fans.
Oh, mate. So
it's
been
good. Mental.
Mate, how mad is it that since Wembley, when we walked out of the table between his legs, they've won 2 games of football in that whole time? Like that whole time, a whole calendar year, they've won 2 games, mate. Like, fucking come on. Like, unbelievable.
That's what annoys me more about losing and missing out last season is seeing how bad they've been. Because all 3 of those have just been a waste of a Premier League spot.
No, they have. It's been. They've brought nothing to the Premier League, have they? Bar just laughter, I suppose. Easy teasy. We may keep him, I assume, Aronson from a commercial point for getting more fans and income from the US. Amount of Liverpool shirts I saw in Florida. Yeah, I mean, maybe, mate. But I mean, we've been there and done that. And we've done all that American stuff in Premier League, and we went down last time. It didn't work for us.
That's the same with Tanaka in Japan, though.
Well, he's the biggie. I think when you're looking at commercial stuff and shirt sales abroad, I'm thinking having a Japanese international in Premier League, that's where you focus. That's where a lot of it's going to go. I know it's only one player. I think that could be a massive tapping into that. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't look at a pre-season tour in Japan. I think that would have gone along nicely with it, to be fair. But maybe that'll come later down the line. Let's be honest, 99% of the players and agents follow the money. That's why a certain player chose Luton in the Prem over Leeds. Yeah, true, mate, true. Andy, don't worry about it, mate. Didn't mean to put you on the spot, no. You just listen more than probably you should to me because I talk a lot of waffle. But yeah, the numbers might not be accurate, but yeah, they're sitting meetings, mate, and I'm quite excited at the prospect that maybe I get to do a bit of work there. I hope so. Priestley, smile. Oh, look how cute. Cool. Cool.
I know I might seem miserable, but I'm just very tired.
Very tired.
It's been a long week already, and I've only been at work 2 days.
It's an hard life trying to reach top at fridge, isn't it, Priestley? It's an hard life.
I've got a step ladder.
You have, mate. You have. Does it matter who comes in? We have had mad, brilliant players from people we did not know last year. I am sure we will get quality again this time. Tanaka's brother, etc. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about monetary value, I don't think every player needs to be 20 million plus. I think there's some absolute diamonds out there. We've seen it. We've done it. Tanaka, he's always the one I come back to because he's the most obvious one at 3 million. There's loads of players in Europe. Our scouting network, I think, is really decent. And I do think we need to spend a couple 20, 30 million bracket to maybe ensure you've got guarantees there when it comes to quality. But let's be fair, Priestley, if you're looking in the right places and your scouting network's neat and tidy, you can pick up some absolute ballers.
You got to look at the players that are out of contract as well. You can pick up some bargains there.
100%.
Even if you're just getting them as backup.
Thank you, mate. Like
I say, Decore.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's hard to deny it, mate, for the freebie. David T, Newcastle fan in the house. Thanks for dropping in, mate. And you're right, we are a proper club, as are you. And yeah, it's nice to be back. I won't lie, it's nice to be back. I might not be saying that a couple of months into the season, but we've got to be there and we've got to build and we've got to start somewhere. I disagree that because we're coming up, we're going straight back down. I hate all that talk. Lord Sheegordaff, I live in Norfolk, so we can't get up to the ground much. Am I a tourist fan or a proper fan? My cash is still worth the same. Yeah, it's shit, mate, that people say this, you know. It's proper shit. And I've said before, because I say it a lot of our Jordan, him being a Chelsea fan, I went, you can't love Chelsea more than I love Leeds. When it comes to our Jordan, it's actually true, because sometimes I don't even watch the games or even know when they're playing, which is shocking. He's a proper glory hunter. Awful. But like, if you follow a team and you don't live in that city, you're not from that city, does it make you more of a fan? I don't know, because, you know, I've lived 10 minutes from stadium, like you have, Priestley, 10, 15 minutes from stadium all his life. It's hard, it's in his blood, it's where we're from. You know, not living in Leeds and you still support them and follow them. Yeah, you're right, your money is the same as everybody else. Some people have their opinions, mate, on that. Can you love Leeds as much as someone who passes stadium every day? I think you can. I think you're more invested. You're on YouTube, you watch us all the time, mate. You're fully invested, you know, outside maybe family and stuff like that. People, you know, the next focus is Leeds United, is a football club, the sports club to follow, regardless of where you're from. You know, Darren and Dillon on Leeds Bros flying over when they can. You've got people from Norway. Don't really matter where you're from, buddy. The money's the same. And if you follow the team and you put positive vibes out into the ether, it's only good for Leeds United.
That lad that came over from Japan and watched us beat Cardiff 7-0.
It's unreal, mate. And I tell you what, if all Leeds United had were fans based in Leeds United, then it's too small, isn't it? You know, it needs to be a global name. It needs to be a global brand. You want to see people in every single major city in the world wearing a Leeds United shirt. That's the whole point of globalizing a club, making them bigger. If it's just Leeds in Leeds, then you're never going to branch out. You're never going to get anywhere. It needs to be bigger than that. So yeah, mate. Regardless of your money, mate, you're a top guy anyway. I love it. Yeah, it's very embarrassing, Leeds. It's actually mad when you break it down. 1 win since Wembley. Sorry, 2 wins since Wembley. 2 games of football since Wembley they've won. I think that's just league. They might have had a cup win, I don't know, but 2 important games, that's all they've won. Vardy, Leeds falling apart again last season. Yeah, get straight back down, dickhead. Rumours of Sean Longstaff joining you. Please let it be true. Yeah, well, based on... I've seen it, mate, a few times, to be fair, even in January, but the fact that you've just said that, Davey, makes me hope it's not true, because clearly you're not a fan. But to be fair, when you've got people like you've got in your squad, I can imagine Longstaff standing out like a sore thumb. Souček, 1 year left, I'd have him 100%. I'd have him 100%. I'd love him. Andy says, yeah, it was great to see young Harry Gray make his league debut. It's ironic 5 Grays, 1 a day. Frank, younger brother, very plus Andy's son of Frank, then Andy's two sons, another two in the wings. Did you see Eddie Gray's reaction when he came on, buddy?
Yeah, I loved it, didn't I?
Tears. I mean, I don't know what he's done to his head, bless him, but yeah, he absolutely in bits when he just so happy.
I think he banged his head and they just stuck a bandage on it.
Yeah,
someone said, why have they thrown a tea bag on his head?
Mental, mate, mental. Chris, you lay up, mate. I'll be well, mate. I live in America now, and I'm more obsessed with Leeds now than I probably ever was. I cannot wait to come back to watch few games next year. If you're Leeds, it's in your blood. So yeah, I agree, mate. I agree, 100%. I hate it when people say shit about where you're from. It's irrelevant. If you follow a side, you follow a side. Smash them like, said Mark. Thank you. Yeah, please smash a like, please subscribe, and please check out my homepage for there's links in my description to become a member if you want that. Join the WhatsApp group, have some banter with me and thee. No tagger. Ever wants to check, mate. Priestley, why is every player we're linked with also linked with Everton? Every single player.
I have no idea, but
every time.
I can't imagine anybody wanting to play for David Moyes. Jesus Christ.
Maybe not. Look at a few of these that I starred earlier. Skip, the main thing is we cannot afford to go straight back down, both financially and the expansion of the club and the squad. Yeah, I mean, going straight back down, I've seen people say being a yo-yo club is okay because the money you get. I think Leeds United becoming a yo-yo club is just a scandalous idea. We cannot become that. Can imagine Ipswich being really good from coming up and going back down, and that's fine for Ipswich, that's fine for other sides, but for Leeds United, we've got to build on it. 100% we've got to build on it. United, yeah, mate, we're going. We'll be there. What Priestley? How about the third? We're going on the third. We're going up on the fifth, that's for sure. Priestley.
I think I've heard a rumour about him showing Plymouth game in Millennium Square.
That'd be decent. Priestley, go on, mate. You answer this one.
Gary O'Neill, no.
Oh,
because if you're going to sack a manager based on his Premier League record, doesn't it defeat the point to then get a manager who's got a poor Premier League record?
100%, mate. But I've seen it today.
It's just, why don't we get freaking Russell Martin? Or
yeah, why not?
Steve Cooper.
No, I agree. It's been spoke about a little bit about him, mate. But I mean, he had an all right little spell at Wolves at one point. But yeah, you can't be replacing Farke with someone like that. You just can't. It's shocking.
I'd rather have Martin O'Neill.
Yeah, no. A couple of channels in here as usual. Danny's put in Sean from Wilco Whites. Please check these out, guys. I say it all the time, but I'm always going to keep saying it. Passion for Leeds, my mate Callum, and Danny Rums himself. Please check out these links if you want some more Leeds content. Andy Rose, surely Leeds have more ambitious than signing Ramsdale from Saints. You know what it is, Andy? Everyone says I won't have Ramsdale. I'd rather have him than Millier, but yeah, I don't want him either. I want other people, but I would rather have him than Millier. So check West Ham, David Moyes link.
I would rather have a cardboard cut out of Millier than Millier.
Oh, no. Yeah, like I says, please hit the links in the chat. Third Leeds half marathon. Is that on? The third, is that right? Okay, that makes more sense now. I definitely won't be there on third, mate. We have a 5-year plan in the Prem, or so it has been said. Yeah, hopefully by year 5, mate, we're in that in those European spots. Was Souček a Moyes signing? That's why there is no Everton link. Maybe. Easy teasy. The link to the article states if Leeds do look elsewhere for a replacement, they said lesser known, we'll have someone from European. Yeah, I mean, Priestley, do you want to go, mate? You feeling tired? Do you want me to send you on your way while I finish off?
No, it's all right.
You all right, yeah?
I've got another few minutes left in me.
You don't say that very often. Look at him staring. Gary O'Neill is better than Russell Martin. Yeah, mate, he is.
I've just seen someone say that Russell Martin's going to Norwich. I've heard he's going to Rangers.
Oof. Wow, can see Deitch back at Burnley with 10 games to go to try and save them if he hasn't already pulled the trigger on Parker. Yeah, Chris, I could see that, mate, 100%. Getting to this, what Angela said earlier, I starred it earlier. Really nice message. Thank you, Angela. Hi, everyone. I'm for keeping Farke in. I think he deserves a goal with us in the Premier League. I really think we can get first place, says Angela. Thanks for all your content, Matty, my favourite Leeds channel. Again, thank you so much for saying that. Much appreciated. Don't get it, but appreciate it. Big love. Let's hope he gets Farker in, Angela, you're right. Let's hope he does. Let's hope they do, should I say. Thank you for that. Priestley, I assume you agree that both Melly and Bamford need to go. Cairns will stay for FFP, etc. I think he came through the academy. Melly and Bamford, time to go, Priestley?
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, Cairns will stay for the homegrown rule. So I would give Cairns and Byron both a year deal each for the homegrown rule.
Yeah.
That's why we got Cairns in anyway, originally.
Yeah, no, I agree. Gavin James, I think I will say Farker more than deserves his chance to prove the doubt was wrong. My only worry, the players coming in can adapt to different managers' playing styles if required. Yeah, that's the thing, innit? Say you spend 150 million on players for Farker, then you sack Farker. Are the players able to adapt to another style? I don't think it's as bad for a Farker style as it was for, say, a Jesse style. When you're signing players for a Jesse style and then that don't work and you sack him, you're pretty knackered then, because then you end up with a player like Aronson who's really good at running but probably struggles in other systems. I think under Farker, I don't think I think universal really across managers. You can tweak play they'll bring in. For me, it's not as drastic as what a Jesse player would be. Do you agree with that, Priestley?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's different styles, but would players come in worried that they're going to sack Fark halfway through the season? Would they worried that they're not going to back him? It's all questions that really need answering.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Because any player potentially looking at coming to us will have seen the report and gone, do I really want to go there if he's going to sign me, play me a certain way, then a new manager's going to come in and I'm not going to get any game time. It's like when we signed Weston McKennie. He signed because of Jesse Marsh, and then 2 weeks later we sacked him.
Yeah. No, well, one of my biggest worries about next season, if they keep Fark, when they keep Fark, because they should keep him, they will do for me, is the Schmidt, is the Ramazani. Is that going to affect certain players' minds moving to Leeds United? I've said this before, and people have told me no, it won't matter. Leeds United, they'll take the risk on being able to get in that side. But I think if you're a player looking in a player like Ramazani, I'm sure everybody knows Ramazani's talent. And I know there might be reasons off the field and stuff like that, fair enough. But I think when you're seeing talented players not get minutes on pitch, that may be a bit of a bugbear for certain players when we get when we're approaching agents saying, can we speak to your player, we're interested in signing him. I think people might look at that and be like, I'm not too sure. He doesn't rotate his squad enough. Am I going to get game time? He really likes this player. He likes that player. That player's in my position. I'm not going to get him past him. I think that could play a part. I don't know if you agree with that, buddy, but that's something I've been thinking of lately. In terms of bringing incomings in, that might be a bit of a stumbling block.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
You agree with that, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, players are going to be coming in thinking, can I displace this player from his place in the squad? If not, am I going to get a chance to prove it coming off the bench? If I don't give anything in training, will I still get games, etc.?
I mean, you think now, right? Bogle at right back. We need another right back, don't we? Obviously, because we've only got Byram. Schmidt, we don't think is a right back cover. We don't think now he looks like he's more of a winger. Who knows? But you'd have to say we have to go by a second choice right back now to compete with Bogle.
Yeah.
But ideally, you'd want him to be as good as Bogle, wouldn't you, and fight out? So what I'm saying to you is, are we only going to be able to attract a poor standing second choice? I say poor, because I love Byram, you know that. But are we only going to be able to attract someone like a Byram who really is a backup option rather than a European standout player? Because he's going to look and go, I know I aren't going to play in front of Bogle. Not saying he can't. If he's good enough, he should. But looking at it, if I don't disperse Bogle on game week 1 or 2, am I ever going to get in front of him all season? For me, that could be something they'd be thinking of.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the idea is to sort of improve on what you've already got. But if he's just going to be a backup, then I don't know where I'm going with this.
For me, if you're a backup player at Leeds United, we've seen this season, you don't get that much game time. So my worries in the Premier League, that could come into it, that you're only going to be able to attract a level of player.
No player's going to want to come and be a backup.
That's it, yeah. But like I say,
that's the reason. I think that's the reason Solomon's played so much, because I'm convinced there was some sort of guarantee in the contract that he had to play so many games.
But he's been good enough, really. Apart from
he's been good enough to keep that spot. But there were times where he was struggling in games and he wasn't making as much of an impact.
And he could have switched it up and he didn't. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that one. Bob says, "Hi, Matty. Hey, Bob. If they sack Farker, that's me done with Leeds, and I've been a fan 55 years. We will be a franchise and not a club." Yeah, I mean, I could never not be Leeds, mate, and I know you would still be Leeds. I know you would, mate. I know you still turn up. But yeah, it'd be a bit of pill to swallow because you wouldn't like Steve's in as well, Sat Farker. Nah. I think if your opinion is what sack Farker because they've had a really good season, I think that's stupid. I think they could sack Farker. I don't think it's daft. I think that they will definitely not. I've even seen, the content creators today say, it wouldn't surprise me. I've seen Joe Blackburn today say he actually thinks it might be on the cards. I know stuff as well from speaking to people that it could be on the cards, but it shouldn't be on the cards. But they look at it from a less emotional standpoint than what we do. But Bob, he should be given a go. But if he isn't, I back the 49ers to have made the right decision for me. I won't throw the baby out with the bathwater because I'll back the 49ers because ultimately it's their money that's riding on. They ain't doing anything for a negative impact on the club. If they make a change, it's because they think we'll finish higher with that new manager than we would under Farker. And ultimately, if Farker were going to make us finish 17th, say, and they bring a new manager and we finish 15th, we'd have never known, granted, but it's a better outcome. So I ain't going to be asked if it's a better outcome, but it's a risk because if it doesn't work out, then they've got all the fan base saying, "Well, you should have stuck with Farker." So it's a tough one, but it's a massive decision they need to get right, and financially it's massive for them if they get it wrong and we come back down. It's huge. Easy, surely you agree to terminate Bamford's contract in the summer and allow everyone to move on. He might not want to terminate though, Richard. He might not want to terminate. Premier League player again now, Bamford, isn't he? If he stays, he's got one more year less his contract. I'm sure his money goes up again, does it, to 70k from 35 or doubles from what it got dropped by? Why would he want to move on?
Yeah, we're on 70 grand a week and clause his contract said his wage halved if we get relegated. Yep. So now we'll back in the Premier League, he'll be back on his standard wage again.
So why would he want to move on? He might not want to. He might not want to move on. He might be happy bringing another striker to rival Pido, let Bamford be third choice, knowing that Farker likes him. Send him out on loan, knowing that Farker likes Bamford. But a fit Bamford, even in Premier League, Farker would probably play him, minutes off a bench. Why wouldn't he stay? He's never going to play for a Premier League club again. He's Bamford. If he leaves Leeds United and goes to Championship, he's never making it in Premier again, I don't think. That's him probably done as a Premier League player. Why would he want to leave? So the mutual termination is best for all parties, I think, in terms of not all parties, but best for Leeds United and best for us as a fan base. But for Paddy, I think it's probably a daft move. Absolutely all round, this news article has harmed us, potentially putting desired signing. Yeah, I agree, Jonathan. It's poor timing. It really just didn't need to happen. This should have been a stream. Everyone's streaming this week should have just been absolute delight. And as soon as you mention something like this, it's another split in the fan base again. And I know it's a high split at 80-20%, probably. It's ridiculous. Farker should stay. 20% of the cynics are like, nah, he definitely needs to go. And there's credence and truth and points to be taken on both sides. But it just didn't need to happen now, did it? Just didn't need to happen. That's a shit thing. The timing's just all wrong. Bogle back up, way down the list of priorities. No, it is, mate, but ultimately we'll need a right back. That was just an example of a position. It's nowhere near the top of the priority list, no, but that's just an example. If we needed to buy a second string, someone to rival him, we wouldn't want a 33-year-old player who's hopefully can come in and make the numbers up. We'd want someone to rival in every position, every position on pitch. Centre mid, are we going to be able to attract a decent centre mid when you look at it and go, well, he really likes Ampadu, he likes Gruev, Tanaka's going to play every game. He don't really rotate. Am I going to get sniffy? Like when we talk about Decore and people like that, yeah, is he going to come and sit on bench? Potentially. Like, who's he going to get in front of? A fit Ampadu? Should he?
I saw someone saying we should go out and buy Ross Barkley.
There's loads of people you can say, and silly, like you said, text me earlier, silly season. But what I'm saying is, if we want to sign a decent Premier League centre mid, who's he taking over? Oh, he's replacing Rothwell. Well, that's fine if we don't sign Rothwell. But Rothwell in a starter when everyone's fit, it's Tanaka and Ampadu. And if there's no injuries in there, which I know there always will be, but if there's no injuries in there, what you having Decore sat on bench and only playing 5 games all season, coming on for charity minutes in 89th minute instead of Gilavogi. Like, these are the things I think players will think about. Stephen, A up, Matty and Priestley, A up, mate. If it's true, the timing is terrible and disrespectful. Yeah, very disrespectful and just shit timing, mate. I agree. I 100% agree with that. And they sat Bielsa and I'm still Leeds. Fuck all that noise. I still crawl on broken glass to have him back as our manager, but I'm still backing Farker, mate. That's pretty. Have I wrote that? Yeah, I would. I'd definitely do that, mate.
Right, I'm gonna have to go because I'm.
Yep. You go. Right, Priestley. See you later, my friend. Take care.
Everybody, I'll see you later. Thanks for having me, even though it's been a nightmare.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye, buddy. Oh, fucking hell, honestly. Mental. How many games do we play in the Prem? 38, mate. 38. If I was an expert data comms installer and then my company hired a new lad who might be better than me, do I deserve to be sacked? If I was an expert data comms installer and then my company hired a new lad who might be better than me, I don't know, mate. Not if you're doing your job, not if you're doing it well, not if you've hit every target that you've been asked to hit. Probably not, mate, no. But they'll look at it a different way, won't they? He can move on to the next level and this and that. But for me, no, you shouldn't be. But like I say, they're looking at it from a different standpoint. We can never look at it from the same standpoint as them, can we? Because it's chalk and cheese, it's not our money. Premiership is about player management. Farker is a player manager. Stevie, I disagree with you, buddy. I disagree with you on that, mate. I really do. I really do. See you later, Lord. Yeah, I mean, he's a player management. I think his man management's been poor this year, mate. I do. I've said he had great man management last season with no situation, but I think it's one of his down points this season. I do. Even last season, Charlie Cresswell and all people say about to me is, yeah, but if they're not playing in training, they don't deserve to play. There's more to it than that with some of these players. I'm telling you now. I think he's done really good. He's had to build two squads in 2 seasons back to back. 90 points last season. Played at Wembley, which I love seeing, apart from result. And this season he's got us up. Can't fault him in that. But I think when people say, yeah, for me, he's been fortunate to keep a harmonious group when you've had players play hardly any minutes. I think it's a massive negative that he's had a player as good as Ramazani. Ramazani was our best player those opening couple of months. Up to getting injured at Watford, he was our main man, our star man. His goal involvements per 90, the best in the league, I think, still now, because he's hardly played in minutes since. And people say the whole training thing, you know, what's he done? Just stop training after he got injured because he can't be asked. When he not training the same, you know, before he got injured. The fact that he hasn't been able to get the best out of Ramazani, that's been a negative part for Farker. But ultimately, mate, it hasn't mattered. It's come from Daily Mail, hasn't it? Daily Mail. I don't know who started. It might be someone in club. It might be true. It might not be. It just didn't need saying, did it, mate? It just didn't need to happen. Trust the process. We've got this. We will be in the Champions League in 5 years. We better be Richard. I hope so, mate. I've said Fark out. My heart says keep him. My head says get better. Yeah, there's truth in both. It's truth in both. Priestley got a better. Yeah, I hope so. Priestley got a Winston's. He hasn't been good value tonight. It's normally better banter with Priestley. He was too tired. He obviously went up for it tonight. Monday ruined him. How many keepers do we need? We've got gaps all over. Probably need 2 goalkeepers, don't we? Give Farker the right financial backing. He will be fine. In Farker we trust. Yeah, but obviously there's a shelf life for everybody, isn't there? He'll be fine to cement stability, I think, next season. I think we'll stay up. It'll be a poor season in terms of what we used to. These last couple of years, we're back to maybe 1 win in every 4, 1 win in every 5. I don't know. That's what you need to stay up. But they say 40 points. It's probably a little bit less than that now. But yeah, it's not going to be as good as it is. That's what we've been used to. For me, stubbornness is an issue. If there's evidence he can adapt, give him a chance. But I don't think he will adapt. I don't think he'll adapt. I'm just backing between him and the 49ers to bring in the right level of players to complement what we've already got. And I just hope there's 3 teams worse than us next season, Stephen. That's what I'm hoping for. There's 3 teams worse than us next season. So we need to be next season better than 3 other teams. But his stubbornness is an issue, 100%. I think he's got stubbornness. I think he's got a bit of an ego, but I think all the best managers and all the best players do have a bit of both. So, Michael, Matty, I was watching Joe Blackburn vlog as he was with Paul from Leeds a bit, but I'm sure they were in the same area of the crowd they were in, and they briefly filmed you or someone like you. Yeah, well, me, mate. I filmed them as well for my vlog, and then accidentally didn't put that piece in because I had that many clips. I forgot to put that bit into my vlog. I don't know if you've seen my vlog, Michael, but I don't give myself a pat on back very often, but my vlog's very good. Check it out. Best vlog of the season by far. Loads of content. Got a couple of goals in there as well. Always been nervous to get my phone out in crowd, but now I don't give a shit. Like, if I want to film it, I'll film it. I'm not bothered. Really good vlog, mine. But yeah, I was literally a couple of rows behind, lower down than them, and to their right. I went up at half time and we had a chat for 5 minutes as well, so it was nice to meet him. I've met Paul before, but it was nice to meet Joe for the first time. Yeah, I love Ramos celebrating. Seems to be happy with the team. Yeah, he does, mate. He does. There's no way he's happy he's not playing football. Like that can't be. No one can be daft enough to think he's happy with how his season's gone. Bearing in mind he's probably top 3 of the most talented players in that side. He will not be happy at his minutes. There's no way. Every Saturday, every Tuesday, getting told you're not playing, you're on bench, and then being stood up bench, training up and running up and down, warming up, and then not getting minutes. He ain't happy with that. But as a general, the group was harmonious, and Farke has to play a part in that too. So somehow it's kept people, or the group, it's a really harmonious group, regardless of certain players. Schmidt, Ramazani not playing any minutes really, or nowhere near enough minutes for me. Lots of people wanted Farke sacked after the Jan window. Now he found out he was given what he wanted. He wasn't given what he wanted. No, I think the players he wanted, he weren't given. But he was offered players. He was offered Adam Armstrong. He was offered a goalkeeper, and he said no to both. If we hadn't gone up, this conversation would have been different. If we'd have finished third, the conversation would have been different around January. He shouldn't have turned Armstrong down. He should have got a goalkeeper. Ultimately, I assume the players he wanted, he wasn't able to get, which is between them two in it, that tussle. But he did have the option of bringing numbers. But ultimately, if he didn't rate Armstrong, if he didn't want the goalkeeper, whoever that goalkeeper was, then he made the right decision. And ultimately, it's all gone well. Could have gone up. I'm buzzing. Ownership were backing Farke on the website the other day. Yeah, they've got to back in. They can't come out and say anything, otherwise can they publicly? It'd be a PR nightmare. Thanks for the stream, Maya Jamie. Thanks for tuning in. Sweet dreams, everybody. Make sure you're back on Friday for Late Night Leeds. I'm really looking forward to that one. He's not being sacked. No, I don't think they'll sack him, but I think there's a possibility. I don't think it's as daft as what people are saying, but I don't think they will. But I don't hold that thought that it's absolutely as crazy as everybody thinks it is. It feels like it is because we've just got promoted, but I don't think when you take your emotional Leeds United hat off and just look at it when I look at it through their eyes, I don't think it's as crazy as what people are making out. Because ultimately, everything he's done right and done well at Leeds United has been at this level. Any faults he's got will look bigger and worse when we go up a level. We do not know what goes on behind closed doors. Nobody, we don't. I suppose on YouTube, all you can do is speculate. Thing is with me on this channel, it's just always my opinion. And people want to listen to my opinion, that's fine. But I definitely don't know much. It's just how I feel, and that's all it is with anybody, innit? I don't think Mez goes. I think he ends up being number 2. Maybe, mate. I don't think he'll want to be number 2. But how many Premier League teams are gonna come in for Mez? Mez right now will only be a Premier League player if he stays at Leeds United. I think if he leaves Leeds United, maybe he goes to France. It's still a top league, I suppose. It's not really, is it? But Farmers League. But to be a Premier League keeper, he will be number 2. Now he ain't going to be a starter for me. I'm working at Milsham on Monday, tempted to loiter about and drink in the atmosphere that everybody should, mate. Should. Easy. What's made it worse today is that Leeds have been pressed to reply to the article and they've gone no comment. Yeah. Easy. It's a tough one, innit? Like they've been asked about that today. It's a really tough because they say no comment, it looks bad. They talk about it and say it for a wrong thing, it looks worse. I think the end of the response is perfect. I don't want to talk about it, basically. We're concentrating on last 2 games. I want to hear any noise coming from club. I want it to be season's not over. Let's go win title, and that's what that at the end of that statement is. Really, we're concentrating on the next 2 games. On one hand, I'm just thinking we'll just say, nah, he's staying, and that puts it to bed. But they don't speak like that, do they? They don't speak like that, owners. Which if I were an owner, I would, but I'd also put my foot in it because I don't shut up. But like, I would like it just to be more transparent. Just like, he's staying. If he's staying, just say it. But I understand it don't work like that in football. But yeah, I mean, I want him to be concentrating on next 2 games, mate, because I want to win title. But yeah, in a hard one, really, be pressed on that. It's really hard. Matty, great vlog of yours on Saturday. I loved your passion and celebration when Leeds were scoring the goals. More of that content, please, go forward. Yeah, Michael, 100%. You know, in this channel, I always say I like to sit in East Upper. After that, now I've got to be trying to get in Cop. It's just so hard to get in Cop or South Stand. But obviously in the top of the East Stand, it's better than people say. It has got an atmosphere, especially when I'm there, mate. Trust me, I bring it on the East Upper. They'll be missing me this last game, but it's not like that. Obviously, East Upper, it's not like it's in Cop. So yeah, I thought I'd be getting looked at and all sorts of getting my phone out of Cop, but no one's bothered. You know, everyone in good spirits. Yeah, so I'd love to be in Cop a bit more, and that just enhances the vlog. I think it's just atmosphere were insane. Hello. I hope Paul, you're well. Why are we worrying about getting relegated? Who says we're getting relegated? We haven't even assembled a squad yet. Yeah, it's just based on 3 up, 3 down. I fucking hate it, Stephen. I hate it too. We're not going to be winning league. We're not going to be 10th. We're going to be, I would imagine, in between 13th and 17th. Fine, but I hate this narrative now of all these fans. Leeds are falling apart again. Oh, hold on. Shit, they've gone up. Oh, no, they've actually gone up. Can't believe they've done it. I tell you what, you're going straight back down, Leeds, you shite. Back down, your club. Piss off, man. Shut up. It does my head in. Sides that went up last year came back down. And let's be fair, we all thought they would. Some shit stirrer started this to take. Yeah, but you know what it is, though? It's obviously it's happened, but then everybody's jumped on it as well, aren't they? All aggregate sites, all the clickbaity sites. Obviously, all the content creators have jumped on it too because it does big numbers and it's a decent talking point. I did a little video today, opinions to go get people's thoughts on it. It's turned it into this. I just wish that article had come out and no one had read it, but obviously it's not going to work like that, is it? But now it's just become this big media thing now, and it's everywhere. And you can't look on social media without seeing Farkas getting sacked, and some of the titles are just ridiculous. You know, a lot of clickbaity titles I've seen today as well from a lot of people. A lot of clickbaity titles to get people in. None of my stuff's like that because it's just not. I've seen a lot of that today as well, which it is what it is. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I agree, but doesn't look like he wants to leave. Yeah, to be fair, I didn't think I'd be on this late, but there's still comments coming in, so I'll keep going a bit longer. I'm enjoying this. I, for one, I'm excited to see what our new squad is going to look like. We are staying up. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what we're doing in summer, mate. Although I agree with you, I seen your WhatsApp group earlier, buddy. It's just awful to think of however many weeks or months about a game in it, Paul. What we're going to do. Wrong, your best vlog was falling out with Priestley in the car. Yeah, well, that wasn't a match day vlog, but yeah, that was an instant match reaction, wasn't it, Richard? That did biggest numbers I've had on any video on this channel and brought a lot more subscribers to it. So I'm thankful for Priestley for pissing me off on top of the result. But yeah, that Swansea reaction was something else, mate. It's going to be tough in the Prem, says Andy. All teams hustling for position. There was a gulf between bottom 3 and the rest. Yeah, there was. And the gulf will be there again. But I just think we'll have more than enough to be above 3 sides. But it's a worry. Don't get me wrong, it's a worry. But we need to hit the ground running. Really, need a decent, strong start. Don't want a manager change mid-season. We don't need it or early season. We need him to, if he gets given the chance, which he should, gets given the budget and the money and gets the backing. Hopefully, he can stay above that, outside that relegation zone all season, and we can hopefully breathe a little easier. You know, a boring, sort of stress-free season, mid-table. You know, lower end mid-table. I'll take it now. But like I say, only got to be the 4th worst team in the division, and we'll take that for season back. Norwich gave Farker peanuts in the Prem. No manager would have succeeded. Yeah, I agree. The 49ers owe him a big debt of gratitude and the chance to prove himself in the top flight. Decent manager. Yeah, but you know what it is, mate? Yeah. Depends how you look at it. The 49ers owe him a big debt of gratitude. Yeah, they do. He owes 49ers. He's paid them back. This season we're getting up. He has, but he's lucky to be Leeds United manager as well. You know, Leeds United is massive. All I'll say is on that is Farker got given a 2-year plan and it's delivered. Ultimately, he's delivered. We all felt last season we didn't go gutted, but felt it were going to happen this year, and it has. And I fully back us to win as champions, him go up again as a championship winning manager. If we need to sell to buy, I hope we can lose Brendan. Think Gruev might go. Maybe there were talks last season of Gruev going. Well, there were a couple of teams in Germany looking at him. I think did Borussia Dortmund eye him up as well. Yeah, I think we'll bring in good money again, though, for some players. I think we'll bring in a decent chunk of money again. This is as good as it gets. The journey of the Premier League as next season will be hellish. The Leicester, Ipswich, Southampton content creators, they're all saying can't wait to get back to the Championship. It's a sad state of affairs, isn't it, when that's what you want to do? Get back to the Championship, you start winning games again. What I'll say is I think Southampton and Leicester might struggle next season. If Leicester get points deduction, they're going to lose players, I'd imagine. Southampton, I just aren't sure. I think there's a massive chance next season for a couple of sides that miss out this year on potentially going up. It looks difficult when you look at that. I think Ipswich go romping next year. I think they'll be the strongest side coming down me. Andy O'Connor tried to celebrate like Largy, but that yellow fishing hat and dark glasses didn't cut it for me. Matty, all the players' wages went back up on Monday after we got promotion. Oh, really? Not go up at the end of the season? LFC owners, let's ignore this stupid clickbait article and it'll be gone in 3 days. LFC YouTube, woo, hold my beer, any content. There you go. There you go. I'm exactly like you, won't you? What happens for the lone players? Joffe, JB, Harrison, Greenwood and Crew. I think Crew stays. I think the rest of them get sold myself. I think they all go. Someone started this to take the gloss off how... Yeah, Stephen, however it's come about, whether it's true or not, mate, it has took the gloss off it. It has, and it's annoyed me a little bit as that. It's actually really annoyed me. It just didn't need to happen. It would be sad. It would be sad if Leeds won the title at Plymouth and they get relegated. No sentiment, mate. No sentiment. Is your match day vlog on this channel? Yeah, it is, mate. Yeah, it's on my channel a couple of videos ago. Yeah, it's done really well. It's got like 2.2, I think, thousand views, which I'm really happy with. And like I say, I'm not big-headed. I have no ego. I don't really know why these people sometimes watching when they are. It blows my mind. Thank you. But the vlog, I watched that vlog back, which I don't normally do. I really enjoyed watching it back. I just thought, obviously, with the celebration and everything, I've been watching loads of content, and mine, it doesn't look out of place. I was really happy how it went. I really got some really good footage. You know, I always ask the kids to score predictions before I go. Having a full English before I went, put drinks in pub, the game, really good. I got loads of the content of the match, and then the celebration after with best pal, and yeah, it was perfect. It was perfect, and I've got that now as a memory on YouTube forever. I love that. 15th place finish, but yeah, I'd bite your hand off for that, Stephen, mate. Bite your hand off. I said no better that we would finish 15th. You know what it is, 15th? You take now, yeah, and it sounds brilliant, great. But 15th means you lose most weeks. You know, you lose a hell of a lot of games finishing 15th. Can we maintain Farker, keep the squad happy when you lose 3 on bounce? Because there'll be teams finishing 15th. This year we've lost 3 on bounce. 4 on bounce potentially. We need a good start. Because when we hit a bit of a rough patch, when you're playing some of these sides, bigger sides, European sides, sides vying for title in Europe, like we saw with Bielsa, when you have a month where you're playing, you know, all the top 4 in a month, which hopefully we don't have. Hopefully fixtures spread a little bit evenly. But you're not going to get a run of 3-4 wins, are you? You know, you're going to, at some point, every 3, 4, 5 games, going to play a decent side. If all the fixtures are decent. Not fanatics, not for the one I choose to support to be love. I just found a reason and it was. Nice one. I love lame. Steve, I take 17th now, yeah. Opinions to go. You had we walking street, but today they were sat on the sofa. Yeah, there were, mate. There were. I prefer it when out and about. That's the whole point. But yeah, send a message out to a few, and if they jump on it, they jump on it. I tell them, do it on the phone. I like it to be off the cuff, whatever you're doing. Just so happened, Sean at Wilco White's was sat on his ass watching TV, which is fine. And Joe Blackburn was at his computer where he normally is doing work. So it is what it is. The polls were alarming, 35% wanting Fark. I thought it was about 80-20, wasn't it? I watched Joe's show earlier when it was about 75-25, in to out. Yeah, that's it. It's hard to gauge next season until we see what squad we've got. It's so hard. This squad now, with no changes, would come back down. If you ask me prediction, I'd say it would stay up because I can never predict a loss. I can never predict Anything negative, really, because I fucking hate being negative about Leeds United, even though you've seen me have a wobble this season, that's fine. You know, it happens. I'm just real. Like, I'll say what's on my mind, and if you don't agree, you don't agree. But we'd probably struggle to stay up with it with the side we've got now. That can easily be rectified with, you know, spending some dough and, you know, replenishing the squad where it needs it. No reason why we can't target Brentford, Wolves, Everton, and West Ham. Yeah, I think so. They're the sides you'll be thinking, you know, the ones that go to us. Granted, you'd like to think we're the best of the three, and then a couple of them could we push? Could we jump on Everton? Could we jump at Wolves? Maybe. On a lighter note, says easy teasy. Would be lovely taking points off Scum and push them close at the bottom half of the league. Spurs too. Yeah, there's a couple of bigger boys, so-called bigger boys, isn't they? Aren't big no more. 100%. I could see us getting a win against Scum next season. I really could. We are going to win the Prem next season, says Wayne. Oh, yeah, they do, mate. They do. We've done well against them, haven't we? I wish I'd found this group earlier. It's interesting, but I'm tired. Off to bed. Take care. Let Matt get some sleep, guys. Yeah, I'll start wrapping up now, to be fair. Still about 6 minutes behind on comments. But I've enjoyed it tonight. Sometimes I like to go a couple of hours. I don't mind when there's stuff to talk about. But yeah, thank you so much, Leeds SPG. Championship will miss Leeds United and Sky. Will 100%. How will they cope? Which team will replace Leeds? Will probably be all about Leicester next season, won't it? But yeah, I agree. Farkamore doubled the value of the 49ers investment, so yes, sack him. Yeah, it's true. You look at that, mate. He has. I would look at selling some of our fans. Nice one, Steve. Farker bragging rights over Parker. Win next 2 games. Yeah, I agree. I know, hey, mate. Hope you're well. I've been approached by Leeds United's representatives to be the new interim manager for the rest of the season. Started by Mike. What's his face, Keegan? We're lying for. I know. We're lying for. Who's the biggest Leeds content creators? Transfer target. Biggest bullshitters. Oh, I'm not getting anybody of that. I don't know. Yeah, hit the links in the chat. What he's put in earlier, please, from Danny Boy. Please check out my mates. I love them. It was class your vlog. Thanks, Jonathan. Yeah, I thought it was really good. Thanks for saying that, buddy. Yeah, anyone who hasn't seen it, please watch it. That young girl score 4-2 Bamford winner, Matty. Yeah, it was class, wasn't it? One of the lads' daughters, yeah. She said it, I was like, nah, 4-2, nah. The likelihood that Farker will be sacked at some point next season is that he will be sacked, yeah. If he's still in charge, should the club be hovering above, trapped off for a length period of time over in the bottom? Yeah, that's it, innit? You know, at what point would it be bad if we lose 2 or 3 on bounce and we're hovering above it? Would they call it? I don't know. Because people are saying 15th, 16th, 17th to take it. You know, we're not going to finish 15th, 16th and 15 points clear of 18th, are we? That's how we've got to look at it. It's going to be tight, potentially tight. At what point is it too close and too risky? You know, we sat Bielsa, didn't we, when we were 15th, I think, and we were on the slide. Sometimes it's the slide you can see that you pull the trigger before. That's why when we'd won 1 in 6, I was thinking if this ends up being 1 in 8, 1 in 9, like they'll be thinking it now, you know. But obviously we rectified it and we've turned corner and we've bossed it again ever since. Breakfast in Witherspoons with a family. I had to lie my stomach, mate. I'm not a big drinker. I had to lie my stomach. Yeah, they do actually, mate. Yeah, you're right. Might have a heart. Imagine Leeds being relegated and the team winning promotion like a 2-shot swing at golf. Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd like Plymouth to stay up. I think it's awful that they've had Wayne Rooney in there, but if it's a toss-up between them going down and us winning title, I ain't bothered. I've got a dozen shirts. You can have my if Farker goes stretching back to Thistle Hotels there, double XL. I'm guessing they'll fit my. Yeah, well, I wear an XL, but sometimes I need a double XL, mate. Depends what I've eaten that day. But yeah, I'd have them off you, mate. 100%. Problem is now all the glory hunting supporters who only support us when we are doing well are going to make it 10 times harder for us to get tickets. Yeah, mate. You're really stung by that ticket issue with Stoke, aren't you, buddy? You and me both, to be fair, but I got lucky. Yeah, sorry, on some of the polls it was 30% Fark out. Some of 3 are out, okay. 49ers won't want to get relegated. Stadium expansion. We're staying in the Prem this time. I agree. I agree. I think everything will be put in place, mate, for us to stay up. We're not going to be a yo-yo no more. Still not impressed me again. Who are you referring to? Me? Matty, I was shocked. I actually did a 1.5 hour stream the other day. Yeah, mate, I know, Danny. It's only 10 or 15 minutes. Proud of you, buddy. A few more, please. A few more. Isn't this just because the clown Gabby on Talkshow was spouting this no-nonsense again and Mike Keegan picked up for clickbait? Well, I think so. The thing is, it's hard to say, but we know with Leeds fans and Leeds in general, if it's clickbait stuff, it's going to sell in it. You're going to click, you're going to get clicks no matter what. If you wind our fan base up, it's going to go viral. Ipswich Town signed top-end championship players, never going to work. Only home win all season. Women all season. Leicester Southampton showed lack of ambition. Yeah, they were obviously all coming down, Michael. You're right. They were all coming back down. Oh, God, what if we end up on TNT Sport and have Rio Ferdinand commentating on us? Mate, look at people who've had Andy Hinchcliffe, bloody Don Goodman. We've had some shockers. He'll just add to the list, won't he? Did you see that body surf in the crowd? Landed on Smarty from What No Better. Yeah, it was class, mate. Absolutely class. If Leeds win the league, they will play Liverpool in the opening match. It usually works at the winners. Yeah, I don't really want that, but it'll be a nice opener, I guess. A bit extreme that Geezer divorcing Leeds if Farke gets sacked. Yeah, for me, it's a bit extreme. Not like if Farke gets sacked. Well, it's a lot extreme. I think if you sack a manager and you sort of support your club, it's a bit wild. But I think it's just an emotional statement to something that's peed him off today, Stephen. I don't actually think that would actually happen. No way. I think it's a madness. But yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. 2 hours I've been going. Wow, 2 hours. But yeah, thank you very much. Priestley shared an hour and a half with me, but he was a bit too tired. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Please check out the links that Danny's put in the chat as usual. Callum, Passion for Leeds, Danny at Danny Talksport, and Wilco White's my mate Sean. I will be back on Friday for what's this one said? Tezza. Cheers, mate. Wilco White doesn't seem to grow subscribers. Why it seems strange for a big name, mate. It's irritating me. I won't lie. I really want Sean to get more subscribers. Danny as well. Danny, you know, I really want him to get more subscribers. I don't understand why Sean at Wilco White isn't growing. Don't know. It's all right having great content. If you can't get the eyes on it, it's difficult. And we try and we Late Night Leeds to push it. You know me, I push all. Anyone who wants pushing on here. I always want to help out other people as well. And yeah, it's annoying when you see a friend's numbers not really showing what they should do. But it is what it is. A lot of people watch a lot of content. I understand that. You know, I'm saying I can't watch as much content as I used to doing content. I used to watch, honestly, 5-6 content creators like them. A lot of you do. You know, I see all you guys in other chats as well. And I'm thankful that you give me time of day, because when you're watching 3 or 4 people talk about the same stuff, it can get exhausting. It can get, when it's rough as well, it can really make you not want to watch it. So I appreciate I'm the latter end of your day as well. And you've watched you've watched people all day, and you still want to watch me at night. So it means a hell of a lot to me. I won't lie. It means a lot. Thank you, man. Cheers, Matty. Great stream. I'm not too sure, but thank you, mate. I don't know. Priestley didn't give it what he normally brings today. I normally have a bit of to and fro with Priestley, but we're knackered when he bless him. Cheers, Matty. Top lad. Thank you, Stephen. Good night, Matty. Thanks, sleep well. I will do, buddy. Thank you, Jonathan. Night, mate. Cheers, Matty. Top stream. Subscribe. Cheers, easy teaser. Much appreciated, mate. Off to bed myself. Yeah. So make sure you come back for 2 right we can. You were on Joe's. We saw your comment. Yeah, you need to make sure you're back for Late Night Leeds on Friday. It's not going to be. We do a poll on Late Night Leeds, as you know. Gary McAllister won it. We're not actually going to do a Legends player on this one. We just feel like it's a little bit too random. Chucking a segment on Gary McAllister. We really want to bring the fact we're fucking promoted guys on Friday. Me, Adam, and Sean will be speaking. Late Night Leeds on Friday. We want to talk about the promotion season. It's going to have a touch of all this shit that I haven't really liked talking about today. I wanted the good feeling to just continue, when it sort of slowed down a bit today. It's been holiday, but let's remember, it's a promotion party. We've just been promoted on Monday. It's been a fucking fantastic season, and we're going to bring that on Late Night Leeds on Friday. We're going to push the Gary McAllister Legend player and poll on a week, and we just really want to dissect and talk about the game and talk about how we feel in the moment, how we feel, how proud we are of Leeds fans. We can say what we want about Farke, we can say about what we want about players, we can say what we want about anything. We're all entitled to his opinion, good, bad, the ugly, but ultimately we're Leeds United. Buzzing, with fans, we love them. It's everything to some people, you know. Leeds United, I've said before in streams that there is family, there is friends, You know, some people don't have friends who follow Leeds and live in different countries and stuff, and we are that, you know, with that support network. We love it. I want to bring that, you know, I want people just to be happy in the moment. What a moment it's been. These moments don't come around very often. Hopefully, we never win championship again, because hopefully we never did again. And we know where it's going to be next year. It's going to be tough. It's been a fucking hell of a week. Thank you so much for coming on the stream. Really, really love you all. Night Richard, thank you. I'm subscribed to White Snake. Legend. Altered Dogs channel, yeah, me too. Night Matty, top man, top YouTuber. Thank you so much, Bob. Love you all. If anybody wants to become a member, I feel bad doing it, but it's on there. If anyone wants to, because I've been asked a few times, it's on there. If you become a member, my phone number's on there. Join the WhatsApp group with me, Sean Wilco Whites, Adam from Late Night Leeds, and Priestley. We're all in a WhatsApp group. Got Sean Ely in there and Ming 59 now, so it's going to grow. Come and join the community over there. General chat through day banter. You'll see match day bits as I'm at games filming. You'll see them before I put them on my vlog. Just try and grow the community. And yeah, thank you all so much for being here. Big love. I'll see you all on Friday for Late Night Leeds. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your week. Love you all, man. Thank you.